while we're being live.
Okay, that's fine. Want to know.
So here we go.
So start yours and do an intro, and then I'll do an intro on mine. I'll start mine secondly. Go ahead.
All right.
We don't need like an echo.
Here we go. Commodore Pistol Whip here with the Hatter
Hello.
of the Wasteland. We are going to have a little Wasteland night because we're a little homesick from the desert and we're being quarantined here in Vault 42. We're going to make some, what do we call it, COVID Bloody Marys?
Yes, we were calling them COVID Bloody Marys.
Yeah, Captain.
Because we got the ingredients that we could.
Yeah, we couldn't find the proper ingredients we usually get. Our beloved Captain Strandon usually makes. He's actually the one that made me inspired to do this because I saw the video yesterday. I'm like, Bloody Mary sounds really fucking good right now. So we're gonna have that, and then I bust out. Hold on, let me switch cameras. Mr. New Vegas, my Wasteland stylized hookah, and we're gonna have a little good smoke on that. So what we're gonna do over here, we're gonna get over here and get our Bloody Marys nice and started.
So you go ahead and start mixing them, and then I'll do mine.
Alright. Yeah, a good variety. So we got, this is my drinking glass, quart cup.
Hey guys, Hatter here. So we had a little video from our beloved Captain Stranded the other day of him making a Bloody Mary, and I figured, and myself and Commodore figured it would be fun to go ahead and mix some Bloody Marys and drink them all for you guys live. So if you're a Ghoulcrest member, sit and watch us and maybe make yourself a drink and hang out with us for a bit. We are going to be making what we are calling the COVID Bloody Mary. So basically, we got all the ingredients that we could, and we're just kind of going from there. We took the captain's recipe and made whatever modifications were necessary depending on what we get at our local stores. So this is a shout out to all you Wastelanders, especially all you Ghoulcrest members. Miss you all. Hope to see you all soon. Hope to see you all when this is all done and over with. Stay inside, stay safe, stay healthy, and we are going to be drinking and hanging out. Me and Commodore Pistol Whip here. Change the camera around and show you guys what's going on. There we go. Yeah, Commodore Pistol Whip coming at you. Like I said, we are going to be making some Bloody Marys. We are calling these the COVID Bloody Marys.
The Bloody COVIDs.
The Bloody COVIDs, yes. Yes.
What's up, Scott?
Alright. So, Commodore's pouring the drinks here. Let me go over with you what we have for ingredients in case you get inspired and want to do your own. We have pepper. Okay. We have celery, of course. That's always important for a good Bloody Mary. We have Worcestershire Sauce. And this is the exact brand that Captain Stranded uses for his own recipe.
He recommends it.
Or he recommends this brand at least. So we got a few things based on his recommendations and his ingredients. So this is one of them. The horseradish, well, we couldn't get the jar style, so we had to go with the sauce style. But that's okay. It'll still give us the kick that we need. We've got the olives. They are the spiced garlic ones, hand stuffed. So that's really good. We got those. Now we had to be a little creative. We couldn't get Tabasco, so we got Tapatio. And then of course we have Bloody Mary mix. And we have Smirnoff vodka.
Doesn't have to be fancy vodka. It just gets the job done.
Exactly. Making a Bloody Mary. Don't worry so much about getting top shelf vodka. Get what's going to work because you're not going to taste that much of it. So, like I said, a lot of this is very makeshift. We got what we could at our local store and kind of based it off the captain's recipe the best we can. So, shout out again to Captain Stranded and Major Impact and and of course Corporal Punishment and everybody else who's a member of Ghoulcrest. We are thinking of you all as we make these.
Camera. All right, so usually what Captain Stranded usually does with his horseradish and or olives, he'll tend to get his knife and like mix it in that way. Now, I'm not gonna have his knife. Mine's probably gonna be a little bit more different, but it's, this goes towards the captain. This is like a salute to the captain. We're gonna do it his way. So I'm using my beloved Zeus knife. Got that at the last Wasteland. So we're just gonna dip that sucker like that. Get a nice a little more, won't hurt. There we go. That looks nice, and just get that in there.
Yeah, there we go.
And then just how he does it, just whatever.
Right.
So, put your cameras back. Don't fucking fall. That works. So yeah. Yeah, granted that's a little thicker than usual. Oh wait, no, I gotta get the fucking olives. So, we usually do two. Two's usually good. These are the garlic stuffed ones.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
These are the ones we usually like to use for our Bloody Marys. So, put that sucker in there.
So if you're watching this and you want to learn how to make the captain's bloody, or at least the best you can version of, never know if you'll really get his signature flair to it perfect.
No, to me, I don't think anyone can replace his fucking Bloody Marys. They're like the best.
Right, and we're not necessarily going to match his. We're trying to make the best we can with what we have.
Because we're not really we're not even like neighbors over towards him, so it's not like you just can't easily head on over, especially times like these, and just like, hey, let's have Bloody Mary. So we're just doing something that can feel something. It makes us feel like we're at Ghoul Crest. The best we can.
Absolutely.
To what we have. So let's see. I got the olives done. Celery. The only thing that we really missed off what it looked like we needed was the pickled asparagus. The store we went to they just didn't have any at all. So we don't have the traditional pickled asparagus that we usually have for Captain Stranded's Bloody Marys. So we're just gonna get a nice little.
Christoph says huzzah. Moth Eater says huzzah.
Oh, I got a little splash.
Huzzah, Moth Eater.
Huzzah!
You get a chance, make yourself a Bloody Mary also.
Have a drink or something here in there. Like there, you look into there.
Yeah. We got that.
Switch. Grab my camera. Here we go. The bloody corvid. Oh, Moth Eater wants to say, can we name this the Ghoul Crest Challenge? Yeah, challenge Ghoul Crest members to make Bloody Marys just the way Captain Stranded likes it. Just the way he likes it. Oh, speaking of the way he likes it, I know what he usually likes to do is make it a little dirty.
And we got Bolt 236 watching.
Ah, shit.
Oh, Christine from, I think she's the one that's right here in Sacramento.
Yeah.
See that, guys? So, Moth Eater is adding a little challenge. This is going to be the Ghoul Crest Challenge 2020. We want you all to make a live stream video if you're a Ghoul Crest member or just a Wastelander in general of you mixing a Bloody Mary and drinking it and live stream it for us all to enjoy. All Ghoul Crest members.
The challenge has been set. So I finished my drink. I'm going to let Hatter come on over here and let him do his thing.
Alright.
So I'm going to set my drink down before we have a good little huzzah toast for the night.
Do you mind if is this clean or has this been used?
It's been used. I haven't cleaned it yet.
Okay. I need a cup that I can make mine in. I mean, I do have my cup. My Wasteland cup, but it's a bit small.
Yeah, I do have the Wasteland mug, but it's not as big as we would want it. Maybe, what's this? Treat yourself.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is a tea mug that I bought a while back. We'll use that.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to send out a couple invites.
Okay, Christoph says I'm on it tomorrow, Hatter. Need tomato juice.
Get it.
Nice. Do it, Moth Eater. Do it. Okay. So I'm going to be making
yeah.
my Bloody Mary now.
Switch the camera over so you don't look at my ugly face while I'm sending
Let's
invites.
turn the camera around so I can set this down for a minute.
So.
Yep. Okay.
Alright,
Alright, so we need some ice, of course. We're always adding ice to this, of course. Try to keep it authentic and keep it cold. We, froze our own ice here at the house.
Keep your eyes frozen, y'all.
Yeah, make your own ice. We have freezers. You can do that. You don't. That's one less thing to go to the store for. All right, there we go. And do we have something that we're actually measuring, or we're just pouring?
I usually measure my like 2 shots worth, and I usually have a good type of like self measurement of how much I'm pouring. Unless you want to use like an actual shot glass from the cabinet.
Yeah, I'll do that. Because
liquor cabinet.
I do have to go to work tomorrow, so I don't want to over add.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah, so let's do that. Okay. So, according to Captain's recipe, he likes 2 shots worth of vodka for his bloodies, which is why I wanted a little bit bigger glass than my Wasteland glass, because 2 shots in that is a lot. So, if you guys are not familiar with my little Wasteland cup here, I've had this for, 7 or 8 years now, and I've brought to the event. It is my hobo cup. I pretty much drink most stuff out of it, but the Captain's Bloodies I often get in one of his jars because it holds more liquid.
Ooh, let's see if Hancock.
So now we add Bloody Mary mix. Fill that up. Okay. Now we add Tapatio. Like I said, we were using this in place of the schmuck. Nice. Yes, I love my tie and my schmuck. Thank you very much. My scarf. It gets very cold in the desert or very hot. This keeps the sun off your neck and also keeps you cool and keeps you warm at night. Definitely, I recommend a scarf or a schmuck or whatever you want to call it in the desert for my friends who have never been to Wasteland. So we're going to add a couple drops of the Tapatio and some pepper. Fresh ground pepper, because, we're high class in Goldcrest. Only the fanciest.
Apparently someone wants us to make a penis, butter, and jelly sandwich to go with the drink.
Okay. I don't know what would be in that, but it sounds interesting.
Yeah?
Some Worcestershire, of course. A little more. And then we're going to add a piece of celery. And we're using Commodore pistol whips, nice little knife Zeus here to keep it traditional as the captain likes to do things with a knife. So we're going to add a couple olives. Oh. It doesn't necessarily work for grabbing things out of the jar.
You just pull you get lucky sometimes with it.
Right. And of course the last ingredient is the horseradish. And we got the sauce style since we couldn't find the thicker jar style, but that's okay. We're making do.
Yeah.
Mine's a little overflowing. I'm going to mix this up this thing. All right. So, now we both have our Bloody Marys ready. And what we are going to do tonight is we're just going to sit, drink some Bloody Marys, maybe smoke a little hookah, and we're both going to tell some of our favorite Wasteland stories.
That's correct. going to Wasteland for quite a while now. Him a lot longer than I have, but I can say I have my good fair share of Wasteland stories to tell. I have my adventures, but this guy's been here for so long, he can write a book. So we get another closer look at. Yeah, look at that sexy bitch. This was well worth the wait. I had a good friend of mine from Chicago, Dizzy, fellow Wastelander. I believe their wastelanding was Tetanus Shot.
Yeah, they were the Sand Sharks, right?
They're formerly known as the same shark. They changed it to something long, and I don't remember.
Well, I think the one year that we both went into their little hookah lounge, they were going by the name the Sand Shark, correct?
Yeah, but when we were there and we saw this, they were the Sand Sharks.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, you got your phone? Oh, you're gonna hold your phone.
So I'm gonna sit down in just a second. I'm gonna do.
You want to grab your tripod thing?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right. He's gonna be right back.
So I'm gonna set up my phone on my little camera tripod. Hold on just a second. Set the phone down. Okay.
Just check it up. All right. Whew. Scourge of Reverend Maw.
Alright, so we're going to try to get this going here. Give me just a second. Yeah, I know Facebook doesn't like when you rotate things like that. Oh, no.
It snapped off? You broke it?
Yeah, it's a cheap dollar store bullcrap anyway.
Oh, yeah? Shit. Okay, well, let's see here.
That sucks. That sucks.
Should have something for you to hang read your let's try it.
I might be able to re-glue it, but
Well, in the meantime, here we can see if you can lean it, your phone like.
Oh, wait. Maybe does it just kind of push pressure back on there?
The wall of hats is actually mine.
Oh, if people actually want to see the Hatter's collection of hats, which I realize I don't show off very often, so why don't I take you guys over and I'll show you guys my hats real quick.
I'm just gonna sit right over here.
Yeah. So if you guys have never seen this, if you guys don't know, I am genuinely...
in the meantime, I am going to work on this hookah real quick, so we can get it nice and going. Hopefully by the time Hatter shows up. Let's see this flavor. No, this is not scripted. We're fuck it. We're doing it live. Ooh, yeah, this one for sure. Yeah, Roxy, fair point.
So, we are going back and we will do the video. Apparently my tripod is not working so well, so we'll just have to make do.
You want to call in, Moth Eater? I think there's a way where you can join in. Hold on.
Yeah, there is. There's a way you can add somebody, but I don't know exactly how to do that because I don't do stuff like that very often.
let me get this taken care of, and then I'll see.
I think if you...
It's like somewhere in the little item selection thing.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly how to do it.
Let me sit down so I can actually see. Okay, yeah, that's plenty of Seisha.
Invite friends. Wave.
Okay, can you do me a favor and grab me some like napkins so I can wipe my hands?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Commodore's getting the hookah ready.
I gotta get my hands wiped real
We're
quick.
gonna get some paper towels going on here.
Clip the top and request to join. Top what?
Maybe where it says live? No, that's not it.
Maybe the little bubble pictures.
Maybe.
Here, I need napkin
Select the person, maybe.
so I can actually touch things. I'll save this. Alright, so let me take a quick look.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. Hit live, it just shows how long we've been live. If I go to my top, it just shows my notifications.
That's the end of it. Let me go to... that's not... Oh, fuck. Moth Theater, is there a section on your side where it says, like, request to join?
There's a wave, but I don't know how to invite somebody.
What's that? Oh, that's my little detail. Okay.
Yeah, the reason we're both doing different videos is because we don't know exactly how to invite somebody. So we figured we'd both just run it live, so...
Oh, shit. Yeah, see if you can, request to join or something, because, like, so far I can't see shit to where you can, join us. In the meantime, let me finish getting this.
That, that'll work for now.
Oh, here. This back down. He's on the phone. We're on the phone too. Or
we're both on our phones.
He doesn't see it.
Okay, I don't know.
I know there's a live because I've done it before.
Yeah, and I've seen other people add somebody to their live feed, but I don't know how you can add someone. I've never tried to do it myself.
Yeah.
So I am lost on how that is done.
Poke my holes.
Yeah, I maybe have to like hot glue this or something to get it to work again.
Okay.
Because that would really suck if I can't have a tripod currently for my 3D printer. Because I use this camera for that a lot. But, oh well. It doesn't look like it's damaged. It just looks like it came, like the glue came undone or something.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean by fucking tears. I hate using those. Oh well, okay.
Use the needle? The sewing needles?
Fuck, I forgot we had the needles.
Oh, answer. Someone's calling.
Is that my theater?
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Well, I think he's FaceTime, not live.
Yeah, I think you're FaceTiming me. I don't know if you're live per se. Maybe.
Probably.
That's okay, Danny. Commodore's still live.
Yeah, that's why we got two.
Yeah, we got backups. We're good.
I saw two of my friends in their Wasteland gear having a drink and smoking hookah, and I was already smoking hookah. So
That's my boy.
All right.
I off my drink, and then I threw on my Wasteland gear.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Moth Eater is in the, well, not in the house, but he's in his house.
Right, right. Moth Eater is in his house. We're in our house.
Everybody should be at their house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody should be at their house.
Yes.
Alright, I got my...
So, since I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller...
God damn it!
What flavor hookah are you guys smoking, and what brand do you recommend?
If you're on a budget, I recommend Fantasia. And I don't fully remember the name of this.
See if I can reposition my phone so you can kind of see us both.
Oh, this is a fresh seal bag. But yeah, we're using Fantasia, and I think the flavor's in the box.
No worries, you smelt it, and based on
It's
your
a fruity
reaction-
flavor. We're doing guava breeze.
Yes, yes, yes. We like the fruity flavors over here. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah.
California.
Guava. Okay.
Well, cheers, boys. I hope you're doing well. Huzzah.
You too, man. You too, buddy.
I'm actually doing a no sugar challenge that started
Ooh,
before.
we need a
so I'm
plate.
drinking
Oh, can you move
drinking
your
vodka soda.
your cigar thing front?
Oh, yeah. There you go. Okay. Yeah, you're doing a no sugar, so no soda during this time too.
I'm not Catholic, but I participate.
You're not Catholic.
Just for the challenge.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I've seen other people who do that, even though they may not be Catholic.
I always pick something rather difficult just to see if for 40 days how frustrating it is.
Oh yeah, I mean it's good to challenge yourself and see how it helps you, I don't know, grow and mature as a person. Maybe have better habits. That too.
Just
It's good,
knowing that you can. Just
Yeah.
have the privilege of knowing you can. You know, the only thing I probably wouldn't do is stop drinking coffee. But other than that, anything's up for sacrifice for 40 days.
From our beloved Captain Stranded the other day of him making a Bloody Mary.
You listen to the video.
Commodore figured it would be fun. I am hearing my own video feedback there.
Oh, because it's going like into my phone out through.
All right, here we go.
Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Alright, well, I'll let you guys go. Go back to your live feed. Huzzah.
Huzzah, Moth Eater. Good talking to you, buddy.
Talk to you soon. Stay safe.
Yeah, you too, man.
Okay, I don't know if we got a good light or something. It's getting there though.
Press members, miss you all. Okay, so I'm gonna share mine and start the live video because he did interrupt mine.
All right.
Oh, it was playing on my own phone as in like an option to review the video
Here,
because it ended.
so we got it pretty much lit. In the meantime, here, let's have a huzzah.
Well, let me.
Oh yeah,
set
get your
my-
video.
my
Okay,
live
fine, get your video. What you could probably do is, Moth Theater, if you're watching right now at home, maybe you could do a watch party at the Wasteland Central and have all the Wastelanders watch it.
Or like the Northern Group or something like that. Whatever you choose to do. Of course.
Yeah, one of the Wasteland group pages that are usually active.
Yeah.
Might want to PM that. Oh wait, no, he's watching. I think. No, that's not him. Wait. No, that's him. Moth Eater, give us a sign if you're watching right now, as I'm speaking. Might be a while because it's delayed. Ugh. All this and that. Okay. Usually, yeah, they got watch parties we can do. We can't personally do it because we can only go live once on one page. So, can be a bit iffy.
I saw Nuclear Ringmaster do a watch party earlier for somebody's live video.
Yeah.
It was another Wastelander, I think, who was doing a live video on sewing face mask for the coronavirus stuff, and he somehow did a watch party on that, but I don't know how to do it, but I know it is possible. Okay, start live video. Alright guys, we are back. We had a call in to our little live streaming here from Moth Eater, and so he was a guest on our show. Yay!
Of some sort.
Call-in guest. Feel free to call my phone if you want to be a call-in guest. We'll let Commodore's phone continue to run.
Yeah.
But we are going to sit here and drink our Bloody Marys.
All right.
And,
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
And huzzah to fellow Ghoulcrest members out there watching.
And we are going to smoke some hookah, and we're going to share some stories. We're going to do this kind of an interview style. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to ask Commodore for a story. We'll try to get him on both cameras talking about it. And have one of us talking at a time, basically, so there isn't too much of an echo going on both phones. And then maybe he'll ask me a question. We'll kind of go back and forth like that for a bit. So that's what we're going to do. This is very much like podcast, radio interview with Hatter and Commodore, live streaming Bloody Marys. This is part of what we're now calling the Ghoulcrest Challenge. Live stream yourself making and drinking a Bloody Mary to show your love for Wasteland, for Ghoulcrest, and for all of our great memories there. And say huzzah to all of us. Stay safe and in your homes. And let's see those Ghoulcrest Challenge Bloody Mary videos. Go ahead, Commodore.
Someone live's asking, tell us how we first met. That's actually a good way to kick this off. How you and me became friends.
Yeah, let's do that story. That's good. I like that.
All right. Well, for me, I could say we met in Wasteland Weekend 2015. That was my very first Wasteland. Well, let me try and move this little speech bubble. There we go.
Just that you're on camera.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well, you can angle it that way.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it so that we're both kind of at least partly on camera.
Ooh.
Okay. That'll work. Okay.
All right.
Now you guys can actually see
Now,
Commodore.
So this is probably middle of the event. And I've already heard about Ghoulcrest. I walked around Wasteland Weekend aimlessly just to see what's there, who's doing what. My first year, I want to check it out. Came across Ghoulcrest. It was club members only. I had to tell a bounty hunter story. I haven't caught my bounty yet, so I couldn't tell a story for that night, so I had to wait till the next night. And so I finally caught my bounty that first night, that next day. And it was a good story. I told a good story about it too. Basically, the gist of it was I caught my bounty with his pants down in a porta potty. Oh yeah, I believe Major and Captain had a good hoot with that story.
Oh yeah, I mean that is a great story. You've told it many times, but yeah, go on with this one.
So both Major and Captain dug me Ghoulcrest member, and I was actually lucky enough. I believe I got like the very last tie, because the person who I was hanging out with before I told my story, he told his story next, and they literally ran out of ties after me. So I had what I like to call the 30 of the dirty 30 ties. And as a new member, as the Ghoulcrest, I was given my tie, and I said hello to my fellow club members. And I noticed this fine gentleman sitting down with a lovely hookah. And me, I fucking love hookah. It's like one of my favorite things to smoke. Like, I'll pick that over anything. And I asked him if I could sit and join him, and he was generous enough to let me join him in a nice smoke. And basically, I introduced myself. He introduced to me. I basically how I came, what I did to become a member. And he was telling me, he was helping the club out with their cigars. Like, he was like, "You're the cigar advisor."
Cigar czar.
Cigar czar.
Cigar czar.
That's right.
It goes so well. So yeah, why don't I tell that story?
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell the story of how I first got introduced to Ghoulcrest. For those of you who know what I do at Wasteland, and for some of my friends that might be watching that don't attend the event, myself and my roommate Commodore here, both are members of a cigar club / bar / bounty hunters kind of club at Wasteland. Ghoulcrest started in 2015. Of course, created and ran by their lovely staff of Captain Stranded, Major Impact, And well, the first year was just those two, but then later on we had Corporal Punishment join, of course.
And then later me as Commodore Pistol Whip. Back then I didn't really have a Wasteland name.
Yes, of course. So their staff has grown over time. Mop Eater is also like their bar back.
What's up, Liam?
And then we have, what is it, Sergeant Shutter, TK?
Snapshot. I think it was Sergeant Snapshot.
Okay, it's Sergeant Snapshot. Okay,
It was
I always say
like,
Shutter because I think of like a camera shutter.
Yeah, no, but it was literally like Snapshot because
No,
it had to evolve him with the camera.
Yeah, that's why I said Shutter because I was thinking like shutter speed, like a camera has a shutter lens.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, I got the name wrong, but so Ghoul Crest, of course, was originally Captain Stranded and Major Impact. They started in 2015. They actually did an announcement post-Wasteland, or pre-Wasteland 2015, talking about how they were coming out to the event for the first time, and that they had this idea to bring out a cigar bar. Now, for anybody who's known me for a long time, I've been a cigar smoker for many years. Started when I was doing Renaissance Fair many years ago, and over the years, I've developed a decent knowledge of what I like and what some other people might enjoy. So when I saw their original post, I immediately messaged both of them over Facebook and asked them, like, hey, guys, you're coming out. What kind of cigars are you bringing? And at the time, what they said to me was, well, we don't have a ton of experience with cigars. Basically, we're willing to take recommendations. And so I recommended some. They went and purchased them. They smoked them. This was several months before Wasteland, maybe like July or something. And then they really enjoyed them. So, of course, they messaged me back and said, hey, these were really good cigars. Thank you for the recommendations. Would you like to help us out as being our cigar? And they at first said cigar advisor. But we later settled on the term cigar czar. And of course I was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. I mean, I would love to help out with that. So I got added to their staff essentially like the very first year. But of course they handle, vast majority of it, planning and building and all of that. I show up and hand out cigars, honestly. I don't camp with them, I don't ride with them, but I do try my best to hand out cigars and do what I'm supposed to do there. I often make the joke that I am number 31 of the Dirty 30. And for those of you who don't know what that means, Dirty 30 was the first year they had 30 ties, they gave out all 30. I have worn this necktie since 2012. I had every intention of keeping it and not trading it in for one of their ties. So they did eventually accommodate me and tag it with their logo. And so since I was there the first year, but I didn't get my tie that year, I often make the joke that I'm number 31 of the Dirty 30. Because I can't say I'm number 1. Somebody's got that honor and they deserve that honor. And I can't take any other number because other people got those. So I'm number 31 of 30. And Commodore here is number 30 of 30.
Exactly. Well, yeah, so, that's pretty much how we met, became pretty good friends. This is back when he was still living in SoCal, so I only usually got to see him at Wasteland and or Hunter's Night.
Yes, definitely. So, for those of you who don't know, Commodore is actually a big reason why I decided to move to Sacramento. I'll tell a little bit about that story. So, I took a visit up here right about 2 years ago now. And I was considering different places to move because of some transitions that I was going through in my life, and I needed a change in scenery. And so I came and visited Sacramento, and I stayed in this apartment on the couch with Commodore for like 5 days and just visited all of Sacramento, checked out, places to work and shops that were in town and everything.
Good job, Pete.
Huh?
I was commenting Pete's comment. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, of course. And so after about 5 days here, I decided, I like Sacramento enough. I think I'll move on up here. And then it took me a couple months to save up some cash and transfer my job and all that. And I moved up here first to Citrus Heights.
That's it.
Yeah, of course. And I lived in Citrus Heights for about 6 months, rented a room, and then Danny's or Commodore's other room in his apartment became available, and I took that extra room. So that's a little bit of a summed up version of that story.
Yeah, pretty much when my former roommates decided to move out, he was pretty much top of the list of the person I wanted to have move in with me, because I know that was one of the original plans. Was I originally wanted both of us look for a place to stay, but around that time I was also transitioning to different jobs, so I had a job hour cut to where I wasn't making much to move out, so it got highly delayed. And then eventually my roommate just moved out, did their own thing, and then first thing I did was hit him up like, hey, my room's gonna have a room available in my apartment with me. Do you want to move in now? Move in, not right now, but like whenever you get the money before they move out, because we had like that 30-day notice type thing, so we had plenty of time to work with what we got. And like the move-in was like a bit of a hassle because it kind of rained on us.
Yeah.
It rained on us, so we had to wrap all his stuff. It was like sadly like in this little box of a room, like almost the size of a bathroom.
Yeah, my bedroom at my first place was quite small. It was more of like a child's room.
More of a toddler than child. Like, I swear, like, I would be so claustrophobic if I had to live in a room like this.
I think I've seen walk-in closets bigger than my old room, to be honest. But I made do because I got stuck in a spot where my job was set up. I had set up the moving van, everything ready to go, and then, like he said, things with us getting a place didn't work quite well. So I jumped online, found a place that was offering a room for it, and just basically took the first place that I could find. And what was nice is that the roommate that I had, they were accommodating enough to where they did a walkthrough over FaceTime, basically. So over like Facebook, video calling, they did a walkthrough of the apartment to show me everything because they were looking for somebody and hadn't had any luck, and I was looking for a place to live and hadn't had any luck. And so, even though timing got delayed for Commodore and I being roommates, it still worked out for me to get out here to Sacramento. So I'm okay with that, It all worked out in the end.
Oh, yeah. And then, like, I gotta say, like, pretty much Hatter right here is probably, like, one of my most favorite roommates, because, like, this dude is, like, so aloof, so chill. And, like, we get along great, and, like, he's a fellow Wastelander, so we all get to talk Wasteland stuff, and then he's also, like, a fellow nerd. He loves Star Wars, and I like seeing him do his 3D print projects, because he likes 3D printing. And, like, it's pretty cool to have him living with me.
Oh, it looks like we have the mayor of Wasteland watching us right now.
Oh?
Is that Ms. Deathcap? I think that's her, right?
What name?
This one here.
Tag,
I think that might be.
Grosso?
Yeah.
Sorry if I mispronounce your name, like...
It's thing you 3D print. What's the last thing I 3D printed?
Oh,
it is the mayor. See, I was right. It is definitely.
Yeah, because she was literally over here too. I don't know if she's watching both, or she's like switching back and forth for like the camera angle effect.
So, if you guys don't know, we're watching the video kind of from a distance because it's sitting over there, and it's just these little tiny.
Miss Mayor, my apologies.
Yeah, it's Ms. Mayor because Ms. is her Wasteland name.
Yeah,
and then she's the mayor.
I like
Ms.
it. It's a good little combo thing.
My huzzah to my sworn enemy, Ms. Mayor. Huzzah to enemies.
Yeah. And a former tribe ally to me, because I used to be with the Trolling Buzzards before I became a full-fledged Ghoulcrest tribe member.
So yeah, the last thing I 3D printed, I am working on a project for Captain Walker, Doug Corbin, if you know him, from Wasteland, of course. I'm working on a project for him for the Cyberpunk event, making some costume pieces for both him and his wife. I can get them and put them on camera if you guys give me a second. But that's what I've been 3D printing right now. Besides that, I've also been working on my wrist computer gauntlet thing for the Cyberpunk event. And that's been quite a challenge to get designed and ready. Hopefully I'll still be able to make it out to the Cyberpunk event. We'll see. You know, everything's up in the air right now, obviously, with the shutdown and the quarantine and all that. Don't know for sure if the event's going to happen. Not that they've said anything, but I'm just anxious.
Because we're getting like really hitting that milestone of the time of the event.
Yeah, well, they pushed it back to June 11th, which is really nice.
Okay, I didn't hear about that. That's actually pretty awesome.
So they did give us like another 5-6 weeks.
Well, couple months.
So hopefully by then nothing else will get in the way and we'll be able to do that event. But it's all wait and see at this point. You know, everything is. So it's just the world we're in right now. You know.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm still working on my designs for that, and like I said, I'm printing some stuff for Doug Corbin and his wife. And I'll get those and show those on camera in a minute.
Yeah, they're looking pretty awesome, I will say. Like, I'm impressed. Let's see, what else can we talk about for, like, Wasteland 1?
So, well, let me take this chance to say, I appreciate Doug for Captain Walker. So, if you guys don't know, I mean, I do sometimes run my 3D printer as a little bit of a side business. And I just want to encourage you all, if you have the extra means and you can contribute to an artist and help them out a little bit, please do so. It doesn't have to be to me, obviously. There's a ton of Wastelanders who make their own things, who have an Etsy store, who record music. If you have a little bit extra, no one's requiring it, but donate it to those that you can, if you can. You know, buy something from a Wastelander, buy something from a friend who does side hustles and side projects of art and all that. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and talk for a minute. I'm going to go grab some of my 3D prints.
Oh, let's see. What Wasteland type of story I could talk about? Yeah. Let's see. I got, well, as some of the Wastelanders personally know me, like, I DJ out at Wasteland. I usually DJ multiple camps, whatnot. Like, I think last Wasteland was where I had the most DJ gigs. I had like at least 4 or 5. No, it was 4. It was 4. Where did I get my name? Okay, well, let's see. There we go. That's a better story right there. Okay, so before my first official Wasteland name, I was called Pistol Whip. The way I got that was after my first Wasteland. There's a lot of tribes up here in NorCal, and they had a big, huge Wasteland event, like a little get together at their home, and we all wear our Wasteland gear. We barter. We brought food, and we had a little photo section. It was all decked out Wasteland theme, and it was fun. And we get to tell stories, and it was cool. And one of them, in the barter section, had this bullwhip with a flintlock pistol as the handle. And I fucking love that so much because it's a pistol whip, and I'm a sucker for puns. So, me and the owner came across a deal. For that pistol whip, and I became its owner. And then next Wasteland happened, I carried it around with me, and people were just loving the pistol whip. And it was to the point where, like, people just remembered me as, like, oh, it's the guy with the pistol whip, because I was still new to Wasteland. I didn't really have a name or anything. So when someone was trying to point me out, I was like, you know, it's the guy with that pistol whip. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll just call myself Pistol Whip then. And then after that year, before the Wasteland year of 2017, I was in talks with the Ghoul Crest, and they wished for me to become an actual tribe member with them. And every member of their camp has a military rank, if you haven't noticed. So they're trying to think of they're trying to bestow one on me, and they're trying to think of one that'd be fitting. And the one they decided was, of course, Commodore. So I became Commodore Pistol Whip. So yeah, Commodore is for my Ghoul Crest tribe, because like you have Captain Stranded, Corporal Punishment, Major Impact, and of course Commodore Pistol Whip, and of course Sergeant Snapshot. And then after that year, I actually started camping with them and be like a full-time tribe member for the Ghoul Crest, and I fucking love it because like this camp, like it suits me. It's my type of style of what I want for Wasteland, and it feels like home. A home with a home at Wasteland. So yeah, that's how I got my name, Commodore Pistol Whip. And the Hatters has returned.
Yes. So, Ms. Mayor Def Cap asked what are some of the things I've recently 3D printed. So I thought I'd show some of them off. Because I don't always have a chance to share all of my projects. I do try to share some stuff. Definitely, yeah, feel like home. Absolutely, absolutely. A good tribe should absolutely feel like home. Feel like an extended family.
Oh yeah.
You know, people that you look forward to seeing every year.
Like Wasteland Weekend, Ghoul Crest in general, it's home. You guys are family.
There's all of that.
That's all.
So, this right here is my biggest project I've been working on. This is a 5-inch touchscreen that will be for the Cyberpunk event with a little pull-out keyboard. So it sits on my wrist. So that's the biggest project I've been working on. It's freaking amazing and huge, and it's a really cool gauntlet. I really love it. It's going to turn out. It's still not completely done. I still have some more stuff to design, but it will get there. Right. I really like this. Like I said, this is a full touch screen, and this is a full keyboard for it. It is not glued together at the moment, so it comes apart a little. It is not finished by any means. It is definitely still a work in progress. That will be for the Cyberpunk event. Now, the Retro Wave and Red. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely meant to look like 80s futurism. That's a lot of what I'm going with for my Cyberpunk event, because that's the Cyberpunk that I grew up with, is that 80s future, that retro, what would now be retro 80s futurism. At the time, it was just 80s futurism. So yeah, I'm going with a lot of that type of look for my Cyberpunk outfit. I'll do more videos and post on my Cyberpunk outfit as I put that together. The other thing that I'm working on, and this, mind you guys, this is in pieces, because it's a very large thing that I have to... That's the kind I like too. Oh, nice. So this is a very large piece that I have to cut up. That's part of a headpiece for Doug Corbin's wife. Gosh, I don't remember what her Wasteland name is.
I can't remember either.
He's Captain Walker, and I don't remember his wife's Wasteland name. I really should know it. I've been friends with them for so many years. But anyway, I'll show you guys this. This is part of a headpiece. Like I said, it's printed in multiple parts, and it still needs some cleanup. But you can see we've got an ear and part of the top of the head here. And then what goes on top of this is like this bun here. So it's this big, huge headpiece. I'm still missing another part. Mrs. Walker. Yes, of course, it definitely should be.
Mrs. Walker!
Mrs. Walker! I don't know if that's her name, but it should be. That is accurate.
It's probably a side name.
Right.
Because goddamn.
This whole thing goes together, and this is part of a geisha inspired by Ghost in the Shell. I'm not super familiar with that particular anime or the movie, but that's what they're going for. And then I have a little bracelet that's related to that. And I have another like hair piece that's multiple parts again. So this is 4 parts. That other piece is actually 8 parts. So this is probably the craziest and longest project I've done ever. Because I print a lot of those little coins that I give out, and those things are so quick and easy. So I don't often do giant prints like this that come in multiple parts, but yeah. But like I said, Doug did throw me, Captain Walker did throw me some extra cash for doing this for him. So I just want to put that out there to support your local artist if you have the means. So that is what I'm working on right now as far as 3D prints. I will post more pictures of that later. I've had some trouble. Some of these prints weren't coming out perfect. So it took me about a week to actually get this to come out right, with a couple failures in there. It's a very complicated, complex part that I had to cut up and get to print just right so that they meet up and everything. So let's see here. What else? I'm excited now. Yes. Yes, I'm glad that you're excited, Ms. Mayor. My powerful enemy, Ms. Mayor. That's a good story. So let me tell you guys how myself and Ms. Mayor became sworn enemies.
Oh boy.
So, if you guys, of course, know us both, Ms. Mayor is, I believe, she runs the Def Caps. Maybe her and her husband, partner, whatever, run it together. Either way, Def Caps, Ms. Mayor. She became the mayor at the most recent Tribes Moot, going past Heist, who was our former mayor, who's also a longtime friend of mine. I've actually been friends with Ms. for several years. We've both been going to Wasteland a long time, and you get to know people, and you hang out, and you drink together and chill together and everything else. So, how did Ms. Mayor and I become sworn enemies, or as a buzz term, frenemies? Because we're friends in real life, but for LARP reasons, for roleplay reasons, you know, she will have my head if it's the last thing she ever does. That's the way it goes from now until the end of time. Heist is great. Yes, Heist is a great guy. I love him.
He's cool.
He's another one that I love to hate because he ran the Wasteland Wolves and they were a bunch of red right hand double-crossing dirty bastards. And so now I've sworn enemies to all of them.
Oh, yeah.
So Wasteland's a lot of story, a lot of roleplay, a lot of fun. So several years ago, 2017. So yeah, almost like 3 years ago now.
It was like a few years.
Yeah. So 2017, I went to Winter Games in Southern California.
Oh, I love this story.
And this was just before I moved. Well, no, not just before I moved. It was the last Winter Games though I went to, or maybe it was 2018. Either way. It was the last Winter Games I went to before I moved to Sacramento.
Yeah.
So it might have been 18 or 17. I forget. Anyway, yeah, it was 18 then. Okay, so yeah, it was 2018. So I've been a member of the casino, or at least a player there for a long time, ever since their first year, which was my first year, 2011. And they were, back in those early days, there wasn't a ton of entertainment, so the casino was definitely the place to go. Absolutely. And it still is. It's a great place. I love the casino. I go there all the time. One of my favorite places. Yeah, 18. Okay, so yeah. Ms. confirms with me that it was 2018.
And she knows why.
Because it's all part of the story. She was there. So, So for Wasteland 2000, or for Winter Games 2018, which I'd gone to a couple times, I went there and you did miss that. Yes. I'll get to that part of the story. So we all went, and that event was, let's say, hit by some unfortunate weather. Okay. So we had some really, really strong dust storms to the point of where it was very, very difficult to be outside without goggles and a scarf on, like, all the time. So, because of that, it disrupted what was going on for the event itself, and what that did was actually give me an opportunity that I wouldn't necessarily always have, and I definitely wouldn't recommend trying any other day. Circumstances had to be just right. I'll put it that way.
We'll just say that Hatter is not the role model to follow.
Right. Now, Hatter, I'll put it this way. I'm a rogue, okay? I am a scoundrel and a gentleman at the same time. That makes me a rogue, okay? Because we have high charisma and can be charming, but we're also tricking you sometimes. You don't know.
Stinky fuckers.
Right? So definitely. It was cold. Yes, it was very, very cold. It actually dropped down into, like, the teens that year.
Ooh.
Like, it got down to, like, 15 degrees or something. And that was at night. But during the day, the winds were so crazy and strong, and the dust was just everywhere. And, so what that did is it gave me a unique opportunity. I came to Winter Games with basically no chips, no caps from the casino. And if you guys know the casino, you got to have caps to play. Now, you can tell your story or make your joke or do whatever to get your caps. But I didn't have any at the time because I often go into the casino, make a little, lose a little. At the end of the week, and often come out with nothing. I play big. I don't hold back when I gamble at the casino. They often look at me as a high roller because I will bet every freaking cap I have, and sometimes I make big money and sometimes I lose it all. And a lot of years, by the end of the weekend, I'm broke. I could be up 600-700 caps. By Sunday, I'm broke. You know, it's just the way it is. Because I play it all and just have fun all weekend. I don't really worry about how much I'm going to have or how much I'm keeping for next time.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when it comes to their big auction, I never have the caps to play. So my goal for Winter Games was to get some caps and to go for a VIP pass. My personal goal. Now, of course, others had this goal too. Ms. was one of them. And, of course, she's there representing the Death Caps. So... So, my getting back to my story, the casino, was Last Chance Casino, of course, was open during the day, and they were doing like a happy hour, and this event allows all age, so people's kids are there. So they're doing like a happy hour, they're allowing kids to play, they're showing them how to gamble, and we gamble for caps, not real money. So we're not breaking any laws by doing this. And they're serving the kids like fruit-flavored virgin drinks, of course, that have like goofy apocalyptic names. I don't remember them right off the top of my head.
That's cute.
Yeah, right? It was really cool. It was really sweet, really cute. And the kids are gambling a little bit. And I go in there and I gamble a little bit with the kids and have some fun. And then just about that time, we get that crazy freaking dust storm. And it just comes in like freaking mad. None of us can see. We're all putting our goggles on, putting our scarves on. We're trying to scramble for any kind of cover we can find. And the casino basically gets abandoned. Just as is. Just completely abandoned. Everything left there. Everything on the tables. Everything just there. Okay? So, fast forward to several hours later. And I get this crazy idea because the casino is still set up. Everything is exactly how they left it like 3 hours ago. All caps on the tables, stacks of them, everything else. So, I'm a rogue. And if anybody from the casino is watching this, well, it's too late now. I'm already a VIP member. So...
Is this basically his confession?
Right, like several years later.
His long-term confession.
Dear Father, I have sinned.
You sinned a lot.
And Ms., you might dislike me even more.
Oh, that's right.
So I took advantage of the fact that they were open or they were closed, but no security, nobody in the casino, and everything was left there.
Abandoned.
All caps on the table was everything. And I took it upon myself. I didn't keep count, but I pocketed a bunch of caps. Straight up truth. Okay? Then, later on that night, they did eventually take a bunch of the heating units, because we could only have propane heaters there. They wouldn't allow wood fires because it's an old military base. They're worried about embers sparking stuff and causing a big fire. So what I did after pocketing the caps, yes, I know that you didn't know that, Ms. Def. I've been very careful who I've shared this story with for a while, to be honest. So what I did is, after pocketing those, they finally opened up a table. This makes so much sense now. Well, that's not the whole story. So that's not the whole story.
No, he ain't done.
So, I went, when they finally opened up a blackjack table, I took the caps that I had, and I put them all down, and I did like I do at Wasteland. I played big. I bet everything, every hand. Fucking rogues. Yes. I took those maybe 3 or 4 dozen caps and turned them into like 400 caps, honestly. I hustled. I played big. I won big. I played blackjack for like 2.5 hours or so. Turned that into a big old stack of caps. So, at the same time, I didn't know that Ms. Deathcap had become ill and had gone home sick. And so she had sent a representative to go and bid on a VIP pass for her. And I had sworn to myself that I was going to get that VIP pass. I didn't know we were both going for it. And of course there were several others going for it.
Yeah.
So I'm there with my ill-gotten gains, my pilfered and then hustled caps.
His tainted money.
Right? So you like your sugar mama or something?
Yes!
Yes, luck be a lady, as Frank Sinatra would always say. One of my absolute heroes.
Good words of wisdom.
Right. Luck was on my side that particular weekend. Because I took my few dozen pilfered caps and turned them into a giant stack by playing big and gambling like crazy. So, because of that, and because it's Winter Games, the bids started off pretty small. And people are going back and forth. I think Heist threw in a bid. I think some other people threw in a bid. But it came down to myself and the representative for Ms. Deathcap. And I don't remember who her representative was. But we were going back and forth. And finally, I outbid them for, I believe, roughly 300, maybe 300 plus caps. And I got the VIP pass.
Also, to be fair, the casino did get their caps back.
Yes.
If you want to get literal, like, they did get their caps back.
Yes, of course, because you pay for things with their caps.
So, the money that he heisted eventually returned to its owners.
Right. Although, to be honest, I'm actually still up.
I know. But, like, let's just say the amount that he took went back in there. And what you have left was what you just got from the table.
Yes. So, even now, 2 years later, I have still been betting on that initial money and making enough to keep myself in some amount. Back into the economy. Yes, the Wasteland economy. That is true.
And I also find it kind of funny because, like, what he had to do to get his VIP pass, I became a Ghoulcrest member, and the guy who was running, like, oh, here's VIP. Come to our casino. I was like, okay. So I was pretty much handed it, and he had to go through those fucking hoops just to earn his pass.
And mind you, I had wanted a VIP pass since they became a thing. Like, immediately, I always wanted one.
Oh, yeah. It's a good establishment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for me, like, being around Wasteland as long as I've been, I like to build my own story. So I like things like a VIP pass.
Oh yeah, you gotta go VIP at Wasteland. I mean,
Absolutely.
you gotta live high.
Yep, high society.
Like as a wise man once said, you gotta be styling and profiling. Woo!
So, to answer your question, Ms. Defcap, what card did I get? I actually got a set of dice. They were metal dice, and they were kind of like those trucker dice that you might hang from your keychain. And it was, I believe, the number 7. I would have to look for it. But I didn't get a card per se. They didn't have a card that weekend. They had those. And then later on, what they ended up giving me was just a simple VIP bottle cap.
Yeah.
So that I wouldn't have to carry the dice out to the event every weekend, every year.
It was kind of funny too, because when I was given my pass, I didn't know it was a VIP pass. I thought, because like, at Wasteland, at Wasteland weekend, people are just handing out caps and shit, and like, some don't go into detail of what they represent. It's just a cap to collect. And the guy for that year who was running the casino failed to let me know, like, yeah, this is a VIP pass for our casino, and it also works at Uncle Zeke's VIP section. So
I suit you. Yeah, that's true.
And I guess it kind of makes sense that he failed to let me know, because I think a couple of his front doormen were failed to know to be told that, like, yeah, those are VIP passes, because a couple times when me and him tried to go to the casino, show him those caps, and they're like, what the fuck? And then I can't remember who was running it. It was like a new guy. It wasn't Big Disco, it wasn't Boss Cap. It was a little dude. I can't remember his name.
Their new current runner is Riker.
Riker, there we go.
Riker is his name.
Yeah. Luckily Riker caught us in a bit of a debate with the front door. It's like, oh, hey guys, how you doing? Yeah, dude, these are Ghoul Crests. They're good to go. Those are VIPs, man. Let them in.
Yeah, exactly. So like Commodore was saying, we walked up there and we showed our bottle caps, and the new guy at the door was like, that's not a VIP thing, because they were at capacity.
Yeah.
And they had a line.
You can only get in if you're a VIP when you're at capacity.
And so we're like, yeah, we're VIP. And then Riker, the new guy who runs who's been running them, I think, just this Wasteland 2019.
Yeah.
Anyway, he knew us from Ghoul Crest, because he's a Ghoul Crest member, and we're Ghoul Crest members. And he's like, oh yeah, those guys are VIP, let them in. That's acceptable.
Yeah, because it was also kind of funny too, because like when the guy was like arguing with us that what it wasn't a VIP pass, because earlier that night we used it to get into the Zeke's VIP area, Uncle Zeke's VIP.
Oh yeah, this year's Wasteland was all about VIP, man.
Oh hell yeah!
We surfed the VIP as much as we could.
Oh yeah, like it was hell fun. Like if it wasn't for the storm that happened on Saturday, that probably would have been like one of the best Wastelands ever for me, at least for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely either number 1 or number 2. Because like I saved up so much to go all out for that year. Not all out. Well, I say all out that I was able to for what I had. Like I bought some cool. I bought and bartered stuff at Bartertown. Got some really high class food from the food areas. Went to some good chunk of shows. Had a shit ton of DJ gigs, and of course, a nice, lovely night at the Ghoul Crest.
Miz, you refused to the couch at Zeke's? Yeah, I get it. Zeke's was comfortable. It was a nice place to chill out. And I know, Miz, you have, if I remember correctly, you have some issues with sometimes walking long distances and whatnot. So I can understand. You take a chill on the couch and just stay there. I get it. Wasteland can be difficult walking around.
Oh yeah, that's why I need to try to invest like a moped or some type of little thing that makes me get around faster. Because it's not often I can be able to, what's the proper word? Accommodate.
Yeah, all that walking.
The Ghoul Crest go-kart.
Oh, commandeer.
Commandeer, that's it. Yeah, commandeer Goldcrest's little go-kart thing, even though I always have a fun time riding that thing, because I love fucking go-karts and little kart-like things like that. That's why I want to try to get like a nice little moped, deck it out, get it ready for a desert ride, so I might change the tires to like dirt tires or some shit like that. We'll see.
So to cap off my little story there, basically after Winter Games, I got back to a message to a post on Facebook
Here we go.
that Ms. Deathcap was at the doctor's. Had become sick enough, I don't remember exactly with what, but she ended up going in to see her doctor and they checked her in and whatever. So maybe the ER if I remember correctly. So was sick enough to be in the hospital from a cold or pneumonia or something. Now, of course, she got better. Thank God for that.
Yeah, good job.
But she swore from her deathbed that if it's the last thing she ever does, she will have Hatter's head for outbidding her on her VIP pass.
Yeah.
And we've been sworn enemies ever since. And that plays into a lot of gameplay, LARP stuff, storyline stuff, because I actually utilized that in the next year for my Most Wanted and incorporated her as the person who had put the bounty on my head. And as part of the path to get my Most Wanted, they had to visit her, Ms. Deathcap, and get an item from her, which was a gun, to come in and take me down.
Yeah. And like you got like pretty awesome like bounty hunts too, and I like the thing that like so far every year you've been caught by first years since 16.
That is accurate because your ex-partner was their first year.
Yeah, it was in 16. Loli Bola caught you on her first year.
Yeah, and in 17 I was uncaught. I was
Yeah.
not caught at all.
Yeah.
The person never even showed up to Ghoulcrest. It was like being stood up for a blind date. I was super disappointed.
I would be too.
Then I spent an entire year taunting
Rust Devils.
the Rust Devils, telling them that they failed at their job because their recruits clearly aren't good enough to catch someone of my caliber.
Yeah, you just literally just slap your dick on the mat and just like through your ego, just like, you guys suck, come get me, bro.
Right? It was so much fun. And then that ended up being the same bounty that I got to incorporate Ms. Deathcap into.
Yes.
Was that one where I had just been like teabagging the Rust Devils for like a year. And I love the Rust Devils. They're friends of mine. They're great people. Had so many funs. Played their game every freaking year that it's been a thing. Love those guys. Love Biggs and all of them. But I was taunting them to build my own hype.
Yeah.
And to make people want to come after me. Because I was super disappointed that I hadn't been caught the year prior.
Because, like, I don't know, especially when you're Most Wanted, you want to be caught. You put all this effort for a no-show, come on.
Yeah, exactly. So for you guys that don't know, I do Most Wanted every year. I've done it as long as they've had it. It's steps that you have to complete, like a scavenger hunt, to get to that person to take them down.
It pulls out like one of the best like LARP questing shit. I just said scavenger hunt. Really fun. I caught a few Most Wanteds.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes for a really great weekend. The first years who've caught me said like it made their entire event. Like it was the one thing that they spent their whole weekend looking for and searching for and trying for. And at the end of the weekend, when they caught me, like that becomes part of their story and a huge thing for them.
Oh yeah.
So I always try to do my Most Wanted with a really good prize, make it worth it, make it a good story that they have to go through, everything like that. Because I enjoy the game and I like giving something for people to play into.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, in 2017, when I wasn't caught, I was pretty disappointed, and I spent a year taunting and messing with the Rust Devils to make sure I built enough hype and enough other people who might want to take me down a peg,
Yeah. It was good. It was good too. The way that person caught you too was like pretty legendary.
Yeah, absolutely. Deadwood was
Yeah.
the first year, and he was from Trolling Buzzards. I want to say Trolling Buzzards, or no, Boneyard Buzzards. Boneyard Buzzards. That was it. Boneyard Buzzards.
Oh, really? You do the shit at the pit? I didn't know that. That's fucking dope, Larry. I've been trying to actually get a DJ gig at the pit area too. So, yeah, like that's like one of the few spots like I have not DJ'd at Wasteland yet.
Oh yeah, let me give a shout out here for Commodore Pistol Whip, also known as DJ Carney Robber. He did a DJ show live on Facebook. For you guys that don't know, here in Sacramento, he is a regular DJ at a little place called the Barfly, also known as Factor 9, and sometimes at Necromancy and whatever local events he can book. And he also spins at Wasteland. But some of that revenue has been cut off, of course, because bars are closed. So he did a live stream of his DJ gig on Sunday. And if you guys want to catch it, all Wastelanders, all friends of mine, all friends of Commodores, tune in this next Sunday. He'll be doing another live stream.
Yeah, I usually throw in goth, industrial, EBM, a little bit of metal here and there, and some random weird music shit. I like to keep my my people on their toes, you know.
And he does have a donate set up if you can. You don't have to. It's not expected.
Yeah.
But if you can.
If you feel generous, I do have like Cash App, PayPal, and I'm eventually going to work on a Venmo.
Exactly. So check out the show on Sunday. He'll be doing it, 9 p.m.?
9 p.m. I'm still trying to debate on what stream I'm going to use, because last time Facebook was being nitpicky on copyrights.
So we might, I think you were talking about doing Twitch?
Either Twitch or YouTube.
Yeah, so he'll post all the info on his page and on the Sacramento Golf page and maybe Northern Wastelanders or something.
Yeah, I'll probably start hitting up the Wasteland pages, so get more of a variety.
So he'll be live streaming on Twitch or YouTube, whichever we figure out works better for stream quality. We'll do some tests earlier in the day and try to figure that part out.
Oh, what's up, Cricket? Anyways, you were talking about your bounty hunt.
What are the items you guys have on your gear? Stories about them. I know you get a lot of cool lore stuff.
Ooh,
That's from Ms. Deathcap.
I think the most lore one really is this one right here.
Okay.
It's my little V2A badge. I actually got it at the last Wasteland weekend. So like, I'm a really big fan of a good chunk of the bands that play at Wasteland weekend. Like, of course, Attack, they're always going to be like a big favorite of mine. But there's also V2A. They're from the United Kingdom, and they play like a lot of industrial and shit like that. And it's basically stuff I tend to play at the clubs I DJ for. So it's usually really hard to get their merch when you're not at Wasteland weekend, at least from what I try to go to. Like, I try their websites, I try other online secondhand places, and zero luck. So I literally had to wait till like the next Wasteland weekend to actually get some merch, like a t-shirt, something, memorabilia. So I found out where they were going to have their merch booth, their stuff at their merch at. It was like in Bartown. I was at a Carl's booth.
Carl Bartoski.
Yeah, Bartoski.
One of the original founders of Wasteland.
Exactly. Like, and he's got like amazing stuff at his little shop at Bartown. So when I first got there, I was so excited. I actually got there a little too early, as Carl was telling me that the merch is not here yet. You have to wait till when the band arrives and drops it off. So he said it was going to be later that day, so I was like, okay, fine. I'll go wander around and I'll check back with you to see if you got them yet. So I waited like later in the day, and then after a while I was like, ooh, I should go check the fucking Carl shop. So I went back to Bartertown, and I happened to walk in right when the band was there dropping off their merch. So I actually had the cool thing to. I actually never got to talk to some of the band members from V2A. So I actually went and talked to them. I said, hi, I'm a big fan of you guys. I like your guys' music style. I'm actually a DJ where I'm from. I played this type of genre of music that you guys play. I actually played a couple of your guys' songs for a couple gigs, and the crowd seems to really, really like it. Because I always get I usually get like a good little dance floor going on. And a couple of them, the two that were there, I can't remember which ones, they were really excited to hear that, and one of them pulls this badge off his vest, and he was like holding it in front of me. It's like we only made 20 of these.
And it's 3D printed, actually.
Yeah, it is 3D printed.
Yeah.
And there's only 20 made, and from what he told me, they're not really easy to get or earn. And he was like, and this one's for you. So I literally got the badge straight from his vest, and that just pretty much made my fucking Wasteland for that year, because like that was so fucking cool. He didn't have to do that, and he did, and I wear it with honor now. And I went and told a couple of my friends from Dead Crows about it, because like, I was trying to get them to come to the show, and they came to the show with me, and they fucking loved it. It was like one of the best shows they saw at Wasteland, and they had a good time. I had a good time, and it was a good thing. So like that was probably like one of my favorite pieces off this jacket, because this is usually like my Ghoul Crest look. I have like a vest that I have that has some other shit, and like I guess like the other thing, not really memorabilia wise, is this little spinny button. It's like a little roulette thing where an arrow points at a thing, and like it's basically you spin it and they do what it says. And it's a bit of a type of intimate way. So like we have things like, oh, feel the lower area of the person's body. Oh, feel the upper area of the person's body, like me. Or, oh, kiss on the neck, French kiss them, kiss on the lips, player's choice, etc. And like I thought I bought it because it was like a couple bucks at Carl's, and like, oh, this could be a good thing for laughs. And what I didn't know later is that almost a lot of people who see it, they'll spin it and actually do what it says. So I actually got a lot of French kisses from people, both male, of multiple genders and gender identities, and it became a little bit more worth it than what I paid for. So
it's worth it in the memories.
Yes, it got me a lot.
Experience.
It helped me get a little bit more close and personal with a couple of fellow Wastelanders. I'll say it that much.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll talk about a few of my items. So first of all, I'm a collector of trinkets. I love shiny things, so they're everywhere on me. My coat, my hat, they're covered in stuff. Some things I've collected at Wasteland. Some things I owned before. Just as an example, this Mickey Mouse watch, I've actually owned this since I was about 5 years old. Of course, it's too small to fit my wrist, but I put it on my hat because it's a tribute to, something that I loved when I was a child. I was a big fan of Mickey Mouse and Disney as a kid. Big shock, I go by the name Hatter. Big shock that I might like Disney a little. I mean, after all, who put out the two... all the Alice in Wonderland stuff, it was Disney. But I have also read the books. I am a big fan of Lewis Carroll and all of his original work, of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
Along with that, to tribute to that, I have like a little teacup here on my hat. I have like a bottle cap from the Wasteland Wolves, my sworn enemies. And I have a mushroom cap from Ms. Death Cap, another token from an enemy.
Yeah.
Because keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's why I keep these things on my hat, so that sometimes I can walk amongst their campmates and they think I'm one of them, But if they know the full story, then they know what's up. So Ms. Death Cap and the Wasteland Wolves. Like I said, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. So,
They one of my favorite things on your hat. Like, I don't want to be seen like too egotistical or but I just love like the Ghoul Crest sticker that's just still standing strong after so many years in the desert.
Right?
Of just being a plain fucking sticker.
Right? Like, how is it staying there? It's held there by magic.
It just shows you how strong the Ghoul Crest really is.
Yes, yes. I got this sticker in 2015.
The Ghoul Crest is for first year, mind you.
So this sticker has been on my hat. I have not moved it or adjusted or reapplied glue or anything. It is simply just a sticker that has been on my hat for 5 years.
Give or take.
Give or take, yeah. It's just there. It's just there now. And people honestly all the time think that it's printed on the hat.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty thin as stickers go. So yeah, like that's always been there.
And like it doesn't even show any signs of peel.
Right? Or like aging even. It's still like bright.
It's still
crisp
shiny
and
as
clean.
fuck. Like
Right.
like little to no fade.
Like you would think it was made out of genuine metal or something, you know?
And it's brilliant.
Right? See, even Miz says, I thought that was a metal badge, right? It's just a sticker. Yeah, isn't it crazy? People have asked me if it's embroidered on the hat or
I think
printed
I
on
even
the
asked
hat.
you that. You're like, no, it's just a cheap ass sticker.
Right? It has stayed on so freaking well. So, yeah, this hat is covered in stuff. There's too many things, too many stories to go into them all.
I literally handed him the hat earlier, and I felt like so much weight on. Like, dude, you must get like so much good neck workout by just wearing this hat when you're in the fucking desert.
So this is my daytime hat. If you guys don't know me, of course, being the hatter, I have several hats at Wasteland. I bring about maybe anywhere from 3 to 5 every year. Sometimes I'm giving one away for my bounty prize. Sometimes I receive one as a gift. So I usually have 3 to 5 somewhere in that neighborhood every year at Wasteland. This is my daytime, or no, my evening wear hat.
Right.
And then I have my daytime hat that is lighter and breathes better for like the hot sun.
Oh, show the sticker on the camera.
Oh, on that camera. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you can get it in focus.
This right here.
Yeah. That's it. That's been on there since 2015.
Yeah.
So it's
5
been
years
pretty
and
incredible.
still young.
Right. My hats off to Major and all of them and Captain and Corporal for actually getting these stickers, and I don't know how they made them so durable.
Right.
But
they must got a good sticker guy. Like,
right?
damn.
Seriously, whoever they used, everybody used that guy.
Yeah.
So, I will tell the story of one of my favorite items,
Oh,
which
I
is
love
my
this one.
key badge here, okay?
I love this one.
So this is my key ribbon, key badge. This is a gift from Moth Eater.
I wish Moth Eater was still watching this because, like, he should hear it. I know you told him this, but, like, still, be nice.
Well,
to...
he gave me the item.
It's, yeah, no, it's a nice little retell of the story that involves him.
So, this started as part of a lore/LARP roleplay story. So back for Wasteland 2017.
Yeah.
They post the event a few days after when we were all home and resting and relaxing.
Eager for the next Wasteland.
Eager for the next Wasteland, coming up with our plans and whatnot. I hadn't noticed that. It looks neat. Yeah, it really is. I really like it. It just kind of hangs here in my suit all the time.
It's going to have sentimental value.
Handmade by Moth Eater as a gift to me. And I think Howie also, my lady, helped him make it. But it was a gift from them that they gave me in 2018 to reflect some things that had happened in 2017.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So this was a year-long story. Shortly after Wasteland, they posted this storyline on Wasteland Central and Wasteland Unite and whatever other groups, LARP group and whatever, Google Crest's official page, that this new group calling themselves, what's the name of that? Universal Police Force or something?
It's basically
USPF, Universal Police Force, something like that?
It's basically the police.
United States Police Force.
It was basically the police company based off Escape from New York.
Yes, and Escape from LA.
Yeah, from that franchise.
Yeah, the prison guards and police from those movies.
Which, personally for me, I do consider that as Wasteland film.
Yeah, it's a post-apocalypse film,
Yeah.
absolutely. So this group had taken on that name, USPF, United States Police Force, from those movies. And they wanted to set themselves up as the new law of the apocalypse.
Of the Wasteland.
Of the Wasteland. And so their first duty as law enforcement was to take down the biggest collection of scoundrels, lawbreakers, in the event. And that was Ghoulcrest, because that is the bounty hunter bar where all of us low-life outlaws hang out.
Yeah.
All of us pseudo-villains, some straight-up villains.
You never find a worse scum of villainy.
Right? Worst collection of scum and villainy.
Yeah.
So yeah, they decided they were going to take down Ghoulcrest. And they posted this thing about how Ghoulcrest had been raided and shut down on Sunday after everybody had left.
Yeah.
So,
Lore-wise,
you know? So I saw that, and being a Ghoulcrest member and staff, and being, just loving that place for years, I immediately posted this scathing roast, if you will, of their tactics. I called them out and called them cowards to their faces. I basically told them, I see that you attacked us when we were at our lowest, after the great gathering of the tribes had ended. It seems to only make sense because you certainly don't have the manpower to take us down at our strongest.
Right.
You bunch of cowards.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, exactly. And I proceeded for this long post online of just ripping into them.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was like, you're like, oh.
For being scared little wimps that took us down when we were at our lowest membership. Then I put a call to arms to all Ghoulcrest members to
rebel.
That we were going to war.
Yeah, war.
We were going to war. And that got followed by probably 50 comments of several, of course, Ghoulcrest members saying,
"Oh, yeah,
you have my sword, you have my axe, you have my gun, you have my entire tribe.
You have my bow.
You have my tribe and all of these allies that are coming with me. We're ready to go to war.
Oh yeah,
we're taking down the USPF.
You build a hype,
right?
You build a fun. You just like riled up the blood in fucking Ghoulcrest Wasteland. Like, how dare they shut my bar down? My hookah, my cigar lounge. Right. Fuck these guys. Let's get them.
And so, of course, this was all story building to the next event.
Oh yeah. Lore. It's all lore. So
yeah.
It's
all
not
fun.
It's not like we really hate these guys. No, we were all in fun and games.
So, but mind you, I'd never actually met any of the people running this group. And to this day, I've still never met.
We'll get to that later.
Right. So, shortly thereafter, a day or two later, they put out this wanted poster. Now, I've been on several wanted posters from the Rust Devils.
Yeah.
My respect to the Rust Devils. Love those guys. Love their game. Love being on their wanted posters.
Good for them, good people. Good for them.
Right? As an outlaw, you want to be wanted. Like, you want to be a target. You got to get your hype out there.
Got to get that publicity out.
So I'd been on some Rust Devil posters over the years. But this group, this USPF, in 2017 had gone around the event, had printed up wanted posters for several of the...
A lot of the hot shots.
Right? The grade A Wasteland.
Like, I remember
celebrities.
River was on it at one point.
Yeah, I think she was on it for 17, but I wasn't.
Yeah. And then, like, yeah,
And then, like,
some other big guys.
the Baron of course, the Tank.
Yeah.
You know, a bunch of
I think a couple of people from the War Boys tried too.
Yeah, absolutely. They were all on these posters for 2017, and then also this group had put like parking tickets on a couple cars, like some weird gag.
I didn't hear that part.
You didn't know about
I didn't
that?
hear about the parking tickets. What
so
the
they made
fuck?
up these pseudo parking tickets and stuck them on a bunch of Wastelanders' vehicles and pointed out like safety violations of the weapons on their cars and how this was a danger and left these parking tickets on people's cars. This was their intro for themselves.
That's actually fucking brilliant.
Right? Ron Griffin and a few others had posted
Of course
them online.
Ron got a ticket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Tickfus Ricks. Yes. They posted up these... So people have been posting these wanted posters and these things that they'd gotten from this group. Now, my immediate thing was... I'm one of the best bounty hunters at all of Wasteland. Okay? I catch bounties. I have great bounty games. And I'm well known for that. And let my ego talk for a little bit here.
Yeah. I'm gonna let your ego talk.
Right,
Just, I'm gonna let you have your moment.
I've been going to Wasteland since 2011. I'm known around the event, and
He's a big deal.
I'm a big deal.
He's a big deal.
And somehow I did not make it to their bounty list, and I was upset.
I know, especially you're the one that just like the first one that threw your sword up.
Well, see, that was part of the reason that I threw my sword up. Because I knew that they had this bounty list, and I wasn't on it. And I'm like, oh, here's my opportunity. They took down my bar.
Right.
I'm going to make their
They
radar
made
right
it
now.
personal. They made it personal.
At the same time, that was the same year that I got stood up by the Rust Devils. And the same year that they first introduced the Red Right Hand, and I didn't make that bounty list either. There were 2 new games with bounties, and I wasn't on either one of those. How dare you? How dare you all?
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
I mean, look at me. You want to catch this mug, right? I'm a pretty big deal. I've been doing this for a long time.
No dickless Rick. She's a part of the Devil's Carnival.
Oh,
hey!
Okay.
We're going to talk about Devil's Carnival. You personally talked to me about that. Wait. Oh, hey, Larry's first year was 2011, too.
Awesome. Okay. So getting back to my story of how I got this badge.
Yes.
So I put out that. They put out a wanted poster of my face on it. So I'm like, yes. Achievement unlocked. Got another wanted poster of my face on it.
Right.
So, shortly thereafter, I post another post saying, looky, looky, I've made the front page. And then roasted them some more. So the whole point is to roast the Rust Devils, roast the USPF, and roast the Red Right Hand for like a fucking year. And it worked, because I got on everybody's wanted list and everybody hated me.
That's a good multiple factions just
Right?
to piss off. Yeah.
Right? That was the point. That was the fun part.
Right, like shit.
Build that cred as an outlaw, as a scoundrel.
He's wanted in 13 states.
I'm wanted in 12 systems.
I had the death sentence in 12 systems.
Yes, nerd cred.
Yes, I love it. Okay, go on.
Do you collect all your posters? Yes.
You got it.
I do. I need to print them all out and hang them up, though.
Pretty much, yeah.
I do have them digitally collected. But I need to print them out and hang them up.
I got a few physical. I know I definitely have this last Wastelands post, because it was pretty much me as I am now, like full Commodore style. Not just Pistol Whip, not just the man with no name.
Right. So I put out that post, and then they released the next chapter in their story. And in this chapter, which I had no say in, I had not been contacted, they had not played me into any of this. At this point, I've never spoken to any of them. We're just baiting each other back and forth on the internet. They put out the next chapter, and I am supposedly in prison now. They have captured me, and they have taken my lucky deck of cards and at least one or two other items to show us proof that they had captured me, and use those as a way to lure people out of hiding by like leaving the cards and stuff as ways of saying the Hatter wants to speak to you. So they used me as a ploy to catch other people.
They try to make an example out of you.
Not only that, but they tried to get other people to think I was contacting them, and it was really them contacting them.
Yeah.
So like, oh, here's the Hatter's lucky card. Come meet him at this place. And then it was them waiting with like handcuffs and guns. Like that was the story that they put out.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I got captured, and I'm in prison now. And then the next chapter that came out. Now I immediately put out a post saying, I am smuggling things out through my many contacts and my many channels to get word to you all that I am safe and unharmed, but yes, I am in prison. But I have more plans and schemes coming. Basically that. So then, what do you really have? Wait, do you really have a lucky deck card? Yes, I do have a lucky deck of cards.
You do.
I do have a lucky deck of cards that I've carried for several years, that I carry at Wasteland, that I used as a guest dealer at the casino one time. So yeah, I do have a lucky deck of cards. I am a big gambler. I am a big poker player. I've played in poker tournaments. I've played in Vegas. No like world poker tournament. I'm not that good, but I do like playing poker, and I'm decent at it. We'll say, better than average. We'll say it that way. So yeah, I do love gambling. I do love poker. I do have a lucky deck of cards. I have a lucky card, which is the 8 of Hearts. There's a whole other story for that. That is my lucky card. So anyway. Now, they didn't actually technically take my honest-to-goodness lucky deck. It's just story. But that's what they said. They had taken my lucky deck and they had used it to lure up other people out. One of the people that they lured out of hiding was Mafia, one of my good friends, a great Ghoul Crest member.
Our phone guest of the night.
Right, our call and phone guest. And they captured Mafia in the third chapter of their story now. And when they put that up, I immediately messaged Mafia through, private messaging, and said, hey, so we're both in prison now. Are we cellmates? And he immediately agreed to us being cellmates. So then the story proceeded from there of both Mafia and I
really don't know, Larry.
baiting them, doing smuggling, where we were showing off things we were getting ready for Wasteland, talking about how we had smuggled them in, and also sneaking out of prison to go to Winter Games. When I went to that Winter Games where I got that VIP pass, that was part of a prison break, technically. And Mafia and I had escaped from prison to go to that Winter Games to get that VIP pass. So we were going back and forth. We were getting things smuggled to us. We were setting up all this great storyline. It was amazing. It was all great. It all finally concluded in enough Ghoul Crest members baiting and taunting them for this whole year that the USPF rage quit. They ceased to exist before Wasteland 2018.
They took their ball and went home.
They took their toys and went home. Because we trolled them so bad collectively as a group that they just couldn't dish it back out. So that's how good we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we made them rage quit before they even played their second round.
They left before they even played.
Right? Yeah, so they tried to build all this hype, and we won that battle.
Right. It was a shame, too, because I really liked what they were going to go with, but then they just got about the situation and just walked out.
Right? Like, that's the point for me, okay? So, honestly, I bait people to make it fun.
Yeah.
So, like, I bait Miss Deathcap. I bait the Rust Devils. Because for me, it's like playing chess. Or playing poker. Like, it's no fun if I'm not calling you on your bluff. And making you bet back into me. And making it big. And making the stakes higher. Make it big and let's have some fun. You know? That's what it's about. So I baited them on purpose. I wanted a bigger name and a bigger story and everything. That one has to be lit on a grill. It's not an Insta-Light. Those are Insta-Lights.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah. So, being the bad guy ends with having a badass death scene.
I'm a bad guy.
Oh, I've had several badass death scenes. Anytime I get caught by a bounty, that's a pretty awesome, epic death scene. That's a win, more of a win. I agree, Grin. Definitely agree.
Oh, Grin's watching?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Grin!
Right? Hi, Grin!
Hi!
Our interim mayor, Grin. He was our interim mayor between Heist and Miz.
Who had a great run, by the way. Great run.
Right. We appreciate Grin and all of his amazing story and fun-loving nature. Grin made me the pope of his church. I am a pope. That's a whole other story.
Yeah, you still need to finish this one.
Right, I'm getting too sidetracked. So, post-Wasteland, they put out this story where the...
What's up, JP? Drink.
The USPF was taken down by most of Wasteland and burned to the ground, basically. Okay? And their fortress was destroyed. And that had been coordinated through various networks to myself and Moff Eater and Biggs and a few, and I think, what's his name from NCR was there. Their head.
The one with the hat.
That narrows it down. Sorry if we forget names. We're bad at that, apparently.
Also, I've been drinking a lot, so.
Yes, that's true. I needed another Bloody Mary myself.
I switched to beer a while ago.
So anyway, between coordinating and various well-known Wastelanders who were in prison, basically all of Wasteland rallied and destroyed the USPF.
Here, get the hookah started, I'll get more Bloody Marys.
Just like we had roasted them on the internet and they had rage quit. Kind of that and played out in story. Oh, Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit was in prison too. That's right.
His
okay.
real name starts with an A.
So yeah, a bunch of us bigger, well-known, long-going Wastelanders were in prison. The Nightmare. Yes, of course, the Nightmare, Mr. Fahrenheit. Yes, the Nightmare.
Who's Nightmare?
Mr. Fahrenheit. He's Nightmare again.
Oh, he's always a nightmare.
Yeah, he was Nightmare with Heist, and now he's Nightmare with Miz.
He was a nightmare of me at one point.
Do you mean Nightmare or Nightmare?
Nightmare as in a bad dream.
No. He's the nighttime mayor.
Oh, I thought you said he was a nightmare, so I was like, oh yeah.
Well, he is kind of a nightmare. I'll agree with that. But
I love you, Fahrenheit.
There is a day mayor and a night mayor. Heist and Fahrenheit came up with
try not to get
disagreement.
involved in politics.
So it's basically a mayor and a deputy mayor.
Okay.
But because Fahrenheit is the stay up all night, party all night type of guy,
Yeah.
he became the night mayor. Whereas Heist doesn't quite do that, so he was the day mayor. So
So you're saying he was the day man?
Yes, the day man and the night man. The night man have cometh. So yeah. Fahrenheit has remained the night mayor, even with Miz taking over as the new mayor. He sweet talked his way into that deal with that silver tongue of his.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
So a bunch of us in prison get rescued by all the Wastelanders outside of prison. They burn the prison to the ground. Fast forward to Wasteland itself, and Wasteland in Ghoulcrest, Moth Meteor walks up to me and hands me this little key badge and tells me, Hatter, I've got a gift for you. This is our cell key from when we were in prison together. It's how we escaped all those times. So here's a thing that had been online banter and story and goof and fun for a year. And to get a little deeper for myself, at the same time I was going through, we'll say, the separation leading up to my divorce, to put it mildly. So I was going through some of my own personal stuff. In many ways, laughing and having fun with all that helped me get through a lot of it. So what was a fun, made-up online story gained me a real-life memento. And so this is one of my most prized gifts that I wear here on my outfit. So shout out to Moth Eater. He knows this story. He knows all the details. He's an amazing friend, and he gives amazing gifts. So yeah, love it. Love this little key badge of mine for my time in prison with Moth Eater. So, Wasteland is definitely true that you make amazing friends. Hopefully we make lifelong friends. People that we love and cherish and keep close for long times to come. So, that's one of my favorite things. Some of my other things on my outfit, I have these military braids. So when I made this outfit, I made it in a sense to look similar to like a uniform, dress, blues type of inspired, type fancy military outfit. It's to honor my family who have served in the military, including both my grandfathers, who were both longtime military people, and several of my cousins and uncles and stuff. I have never served, so I didn't go for straight uniform because I didn't want to confuse anybody that maybe I had served when I haven't. So I chose a suit jacket that was in similar colors, and I put badges and ribbons and stuff on it that are Wasteland based but still give that military homage. Part of that was I was looking for some ideas on how to make my own military braids. And a Wastelander who has served actually donated these to me.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! And so, shout out to Specs from Legio.
No, you, Ivy.
Who donated these to me to wear for my military honoring Wasteland formal coat. Because if I remember correctly, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think these were his that he actually wore in the military. So he donated them to me because of me building this coat to honor military. So I appreciate those a lot. They are not mine, I did not earn them, but they were a great gift.
And seriously, like, stories like this for Wasteland, like, it's good hearing them every fucking time. They never get old, because, like, it just brings us back to the time where we are out in the far into the Mojave Desert for anywhere from half a week to a whole month for most people. For some people.
Yeah, especially for build crew and stuff.
Yeah, that's why I include build crew, because, like, give it out to, like, all the build crew for Wasteland Week, because, like, they're out in the middle of the desert for, like, pretty much anywhere from a month.
Yeah, False Prophet, Tim Cottage, and all those other guys. Yeah, so many people.
To, like, out in the desert for, like, estimate of a month, sometimes more. I know, like, Adam usually is, like, out there. Adam's usually out there, like, what, like, till, like, still, like, almost November, and, like,
clean up and trash pick up.
He's still in the fucking desert taking care of the fucking maintenance and shit.
Well, he lives about the closest of most people, too.
I know, but, like, for me,
some dedication to, absolutely.
Exactly. I give a lot of props to like Adam because like he's like one of the few dedicated people who really cares about this event. Like I know there's a bunch of other people who are really dedicated, but like he really flies his colors. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. From the moment he joined Wasteland in 2012, he has been
Would you like
so
to make
on
a
board.
Fuck Berserker. What the fuck, Ivy? Okay. I think one of my favorite stories to tell about Wasteland. Hold on. Let me take a hit. The night when the Baron maimed me.
Haha! Wasteland Scars.
Yeah, Wasteland Scars. And this is quite a story. This is probably like one of my favorite fucking stories to tell about at Wasteland. So this is 2018. This is when the Ghoul Crest was technically no longer around. We were Vault 77, and we were technically Ghoul Crest, but we were hidden in Vault 77.
Yes, for 2018. Ghoul Crest. Wait, right? Wasn't it 2018?
Yeah, because last year was 19.
17 you got closed down,
Yeah.
and then 18 you were incognito. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those who couldn't find us, obviously where we were hidden, we were literally right behind the Mushroom Cloud Lounge. Hold on, I need to adjust this.
And mind you, a 2-story building behind a maybe 10-foot tall tent. I don't know how people did
A tall tent, and plus there was a pretty much huge gap in around the area of Underground.
Right.
But still, the fact that
like hiding a giant behind a Smurf. Was pretty much how well they were hidden.
For the few people who were like, I didn't know you guys were there that year. Like, I looked everywhere for you. Like, really? You didn't look hard enough. We're not hard to miss, despite that we're hiding.
2-story building behind a 10-foot tall military tent.
So yeah, we're camped. We were setting up literally right behind Mushroom Cloud Lounge, run by the Dustwalkers.
Mushroom Cloud? No, it's run by the
Skullduggers.
Skullduggers.
The Skullduggers. I see. Like I said, I've been drinking. Like I got 2 drinks going on right now.
Right? Double fisting. Like a Ghoul Crest member should.
Like a Ghoul Crest. Okay. So we get there for a build, for our build at least. So we're there like maybe 2-3 days before the official event of Wasteland. We just finished the 2nd floor of our 2-story building. Again, not hard to find. So as we finished, I should say the captain finished the 2nd floor because he was the one on all 4s with a fucking drill gun, drilling every fucking area of our floor to the fucking pipe holes. So after that was said and done, night has fallen. We were pretty much done for the night, and majority of us went up to the 2nd floor and had a nice little cigar smoke. Watched the build crew practice the pyrotechnic for the main gate, and laugh at the long line of car lights that we see going through the distance out in the desert.
Right? I was in that line. I'm always in that line. I never go to Wasteland early.
And we laughed at you. I'll say that much.
So, I don't have early access. I'm not that special.
So, Skullduggers, what is it, Mighty Mike? Their new leader.
It's, goddamn, what is his name?
I think it's Mighty Mike or something.
No, it's not Mighty Mike. It's,
I am good with faces, but
Mickey Bam Bam.
Mickey Bam Bam.
Mickey Bam Bam.
Okay, so it's him, a couple other Skullduggers, and of course the Baron. Come out because they're finished setting up
You can always remember his name by the song. Oh, Mickey, you're so fun, you're so fun, you blow my mind. Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Do that to him at Wasteland. He loves it.
Oh, I will sure do that then.
Actually, he hates it, but do it.
Oh, that's trust me, love it or
do
hate it.
Because he hates
love it
it
or hate it, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fun, you're so fun, you blow my mind.
So, they come upstairs, say their hello, see how we're doing, because we were building like a little type of partnership, because like we were connecting our vault behind their VIP lounge.
Yeah, which was also doubling as the casino's VIP lounge.
Pretty much at the time, even though during that year the casino moved. I'm not getting into deal set. It's not my business.
Right. We won't get into any
again,
politics that aren't our stories.
Again, I stay away from politics.
We won't get into any politics that aren't our stories to tell.
So, we're talking, having a couple...
Shift this over. Yeah, you're blocking your camera. There you go.
We're talking, have a couple laughs, and then finally they went to say their goodbyes. They all went down, but the Baron was having apparently a bit of a trouble getting down the stairs, because we have yet to put up the handrail.
And it's a narrow staircase, too.
It's a very narrow staircase, and I'm pretty sure he was under influence of questionable substance. I won't say what, because even to this day, I don't know, because, again, it's questionable.
Well, minimally alcohol.
We'll go with alcohol. We'll go with that, because that's the safest route for people.
Right?
So, both Captain Major and a little bit of me we're pretty much giving a little bit of a little joke tease, like, "Oh, do you need a hand? Do we need a handrail for you to get downstairs? That's this, that." And so after that, like, I went on the second floor, did my own thing. Finished watching the pyrotech practice. Finished my cigar. Everybody went downstairs. They're gone. So as I'm watching fire happen and having a good smoke, all of a sudden I feel a huge whack on my fucking right arm. At first I thought someone managed to snuck behind me and give me like a little whack hello kind of fucking thing, because Wasteland. I look down because I hear a thud on the built second floor, and it's a unopened can of like Coors Light beer. Which, don't get me wrong, I'll pretty much drink anything gets put in front of me.
Right? What's the rule? Your two favorite types of beer. First is your favorite type of beer is free beer. Yeah. Your second favorite type of beer is cold beer.
I like to go with like my favorite beer is an open one, and my next beer.
Yes, that is true.
So it hits the second floor and it rolls off and hits the ground floor. I know it's from Clerks. So bang picks it up, and I get on one knee and extend my arm out to him like, "Hey, that beer hit me. I think it was for me. I kind of want that beer out because I could use a beer right now." And before he even responds, here out of fucking left field, here comes Baron, grabs my hand, yanks me fucking down, tries to throw me off the second floor building. Now, mind you, I don't think we had the fucking railing for the second floor up.
Yeah.
We did or we didn't. Either way, I almost flew off a two-story building. But luckily, instinct happened, and I just threw my whole body weight onto the built second floor. But when that happened, from my wrist to my armpit, scraped the edge of the wood and steel of that corner, and just tore skin off, and just left me there to fucking bleed. And then I got up because he finally let go, and I just seen him goofing around, swinging on the fucking pipes like a damn gorilla, big ass gorilla that he is. And then At first, I'm like, okay, he's probably drunk. He's horsing around. I get it. We do that. But then the fact that I realized I almost fell off fucking heights. Now, mind you, I love heights. I don't like falling from heights.
Who does? Who does?
It's basically like I love ketchup. I hate tomatoes, kind of shit. Or like I hate potatoes but love French fries.
Or like you like driving, but you don't want to be in a car. But you don't want to be in a car accident.
Exactly. It's like that. It's
more
like
that. You know?
Like I love to fly an airplane, but I hope we don't crash.
Right? Yeah, you don't want to fall from the heights. Nobody wants that.
So, when I finally like kicked into realization, my anxiety skyrocketed, and then I'm just like, I should not be here right now. I need to fuck off on being away from people. So I ran downstairs. I see Major and Corporal looking at me, and Major's like, "You okay, man?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just gotta fuck off somewhere. I'll be right back." So I went out the back door, went to my tent, grabbed my emergency case of beer, because at that point, I needed a beer.
Yes.
So after that, I walked like maybe 50 yards away from the fucking Ghoulcrest, and just stared at the moon and just started drinking beer. About maybe 5 minutes later, Major comes up to me and he's like, "Dude, are you fucking okay, dude?" And I'm like, yeah. I just can't be around people right now. I gotta take care of my own thing. I'll be fine.
I gotta fuck off.
I gotta fuck off.
As we say, Wasteland, I gotta fuck off.
I gotta fuck off. So Major just gives me like this weirdest look. He's like, "Okay, dude. Well, if you need anything, let me know. I'll be inside." I'm like, sure, yeah, okay. So he walks away. So I'm just glaring at this fucking moon, and I just pound my beer, and the beer is gone before like 20 minutes after I realize, okay, I'm feeling better. I'm okay to go social. So I finally get back inside the Ghoulcrest, and then I can't remember if it was Major or a couple of the Skullduggers came up to me like, "Dude, Corporal just fucking tear the Baron's ear after she found out what he fucking did to you." I'm like, wait, what?
Fucking go Corporal.
Yeah, Corporal is literally the mom, not a mama hen, a mama fucking bear. You fuck with one of her cubs, she'll tear your asshole apart.
Right?
Because she might be itty bitty, but if her fucking Irish blood will just like destroy you, like like literally mentally, not physically, not physically yet, but mentally is the first impact I should probably fucking say. So
yeah.
I'm like, whoa, fucking really? It wasn't that big of a deal. I figured he was just horsing around and shit. I feel fine. Anxiety happened, and fucking I just had to be away from people. So after that, I see the Baron like maybe 20 feet away from like Ghoulcrest and the Mushroom Clown, just like standing alone in the dark with his head down, like a puppy just got scolded. And then fucking here comes Mickey Bang Bang, who's like supposed to be like the new leader of the Skullduggers.
Yeah.
Comes up to me and he was like so apologetic to me. He's like, "Dude, I'm so sorry the Baron did that to you. This is the first time like this has happened to like him in another tribe, and like I don't ruin the relationship between us and the Ghoulcrest. I really like that we got going on. We lost a lot of relationships with tribes because of this bullshit, and I just want to let you know there's no hard feelings, and I am so fucking sorry that happened to you." And I was like, "Dude, it's okay. Like, I'm fine of what he did. Like, shit happens. This is Wasteland where you can get riled up and shit." Then all of a sudden, here comes the Baron's wife.
Never underestimate a wife.
If I ever witnessed that lightning struck twice, or you can die twice, this is the moment. Because his wife, who again, names escape me because I'm terrible with fucking names, but I'm good at faces. She comes.
Yeah, I don't remember her Wasteland name either.
She comes up to me and is like, "Everything okay? Like, what did Baron's real name here do?"
And mind you, she's an itty bitty thing too.
Not as itty bitty as Corporal, but like.
Well, she's really short.
She is, but like.
Dynamite comes in small packages.
Corporal is like petite.
Yes. Okay. True.
So, I basically gave her just what happened between me and the Baron, and she was like, "Oh, okay, thank you. I'll be right back." And she walks towards the Baron, and like, we don't really hear a whole lot, but we just see her just like, finger point and all towards the Baron, and like, I was like, oh fuck, what have I done? What did I just unleash to the Baron? Now I feel like an asshole.
Oh, so I just saw a comment from the Burn crew. So if you guys, he says, I'd like to light something on fire, both of you. So my inspiration to the Burn crew, you want to bring something to light on fire, bring Jenga. Bring giant Jenga, light it on fire, let's play some motherfucking
Fire Jenga.
Fire Jenga.
I'm down. I am fucking down.
I have brought Fire Jenga to Wasteland several years. About 6 years in a row. And then in the last couple of years, I have lacked the, let's say, resources to get it out there. Not really a great place to cut all the pieces and not a great way to haul all the pieces. But I love Fire Jenga, and if the Burn crew ever wants to light something on fire for me, let's play some Fire Jenga.
Yeah, I'll totally play Fire Jenga with you fucking crazy fuckers.
Right? Go back to your story.
Alright, so, at this point of craziness that's going around throughout the night, I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna call it for the night and just go to bed and wake up and just finish the fucking camp so we can get ready for Wasteland.
Yeah, they started to build more.
Yeah, we weren't officially done, and the next day was fucking the official day of Wasteland.
Yeah, it was opening day.
Yeah, it was Wednesday. So, I wake up. I can hear, like, Major and Captain talking to each other because they wake up the fucking crack of dawn for somehow. And I'm like, okay, they're up and about. Let me get up, get dressed.
Yeah, I swear those guys live on like 10 minutes of sleep the entire event.
Sometimes.
And that's collectively. That's not every night.
No, it's probably the total of Wasteland.
Right? Because they party until dawn and then also wake up at dawn.
Exactly.
Like, that's their thing.
Right.
I don't know how they do it every year.
So, I immediately, once I'm up and about, out of my tent, I immediately go up to, like, Major and Captain to figure out, okay, I'm up, what do you need me to do? I'm ready to build. And, like, Major was like, yeah, dude, the Baron's looking for you. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, he wants to apologize for what happened last night. Oh, okay. Then I realized, as memories finally catching up with me, I look at my arm and just realized the fucking hideous fucking gash on my arm that I ever had. Because, like I said, it was literally wrist to armpit. I was like, okay, let me go to the med tech, because this doesn't look healthy, and we're in the desert, and I just want to make sure it just doesn't get highly infected or worse.
Yeah.
So, first time I went to the med tent at Wasteland Weekend, and they pretty much wrapped my arm like I was a fucking mummy. So, I got out of the tent, finished build, because I couldn't find the Baron. And then they did the main gate ceremony, so of course the Baron's involved with that, and then so I had to wait till that's done. So, egg finished, the Baron got done, and he went inside, and I waved him hello, hey, I heard you're looking for me. And then he like, oh good, I'm so glad to see you. Come on over here.
Baron in that voice.
Yeah. So, he was all like, he comes up to me, he pulls me aside, and he's like, dude, I want to apologize what I did last night. There's no hard feelings between you and me. I actually really like you. You're a really good guy. I just when I was going down the stairs, I took the joke a little too personally, and I shouldn't have done that. And I've learned that now. And I was like, okay, it's okay, dude. Like, I never took any bad blood or took it personal. What last night, I figured you were just horsing around and shit, and there's no hard feelings between us. We're good. We're good. And so he's like, I'll be right back. So he walks towards his fucking tent in a little corner area. He goes in, he comes out, and he pulls out this beautiful fucking, like, cutlass sword with a fucking metal sheath on it. And he presents it to me. Here. This is a symbol that there's no bad blood between us, and my sincere apology to you. Please accept this. And I was like, whoa, dude, this is fucking awesome. Yeah, thank you. And I took it, and now I have a cool fucking sword. Now, rewind a little bit to the previous night. Before I went to bed, I was inside the Ghoul Crest talking to, like, Corporal and Major. Because I think Captain went to bed before any of us. So I was all like, oh yeah, the fucking Baron's a great guy. He gives you guys fucking guns and daggers and knives and shit. And all I got from him was the shitty scar that's about to fucking happen. And then the next day he hands me a fucking cool fucking sword out. So in my head, in reality, like, dude, I was just fucking kidding around last night. I didn't mean that. So yeah, that's one of the big stories of, like, how the Baron made me. And, like, throughout the week, me and the Major were just, like, dicking around, like, dude, you should just get, like, a picture of the Baron and just, like, flex the scar. Just to show you, like, what the fuck he just did.
There you go.
And, like, even though that picture never came to be, but we still bring it up. And I'm like, yeah, here's how the scar is healing right now. So it's only right here that's where it's the worst. This one's completely faded, and you can't tell anymore.
The friends you make out in the desert.
Yes, we're still going. Moth Eater? Fuck.
Right? He finally chimed back in.
Good.
Break, apparently.
Speaking of, hold on, I need to take a piss. You tell a story now.
So a story.
Tell them about last year's bounty hunt that you had on you.
Okay, I can do that.
About the doppelgangers.
Oh, with the doppelgangers. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that is true. So, this story starts in 2018, actually, technically. So, because of 2018, I had this big hype that I built up. If you guys were listening earlier, I told the whole story about the Red Right Hand chasing me, the USPF chasing me, and then rage quitting, and then the Rust Devil was taunting them, and Nemo was chasing me. So I'm wanted by like 3 groups. So I'm a big deal. You know, I'm kind of a big deal. And I always have to laugh when I talk about myself being a big deal, because I'm not. I try not to be so egotistical, but I'm like my ego talk. So I'm kind of a big deal, and I'm an outlaw, and I'm well known. So for 2018, I get caught well, and then 2019, I do another big hunt and everything. So for 2018, there was a buddy of mine who got snagged by the Red Right Hand because they thought he was me. Because he had a beard, he was white, a white guy, pale-skinned, and he had a top hat. So that's pretty much the Hatter. I mean, let's be honest, like, back in 2012, when I first created this look, it was pretty unique.
Once upon a time,
it was pretty unique. I can't say for sure whether or not I was the absolute first Wastelander to wear a top hat, but I was definitely...
You mainstreamed it.
I mainstreamed it. I was complimented a lot over the years. And many people have told me that they were inspired. So,
He watched the whole movie. I like how you said wash and not watched.
So a buddy of mine, his Wasteland name escapes me at the moment, but he was caught by the Red Right Hand thinking that he was me. So he posted some pictures that he had taken with them when they had caught him as the Hatter in 2019. So 2019, I took that idea and I ran with it. And I was like, well, the Hatter's everywhere. Everybody's a Hatter. Everybody's got a top hat and a beard. And like, we're all a bunch of Hatters. I don't care what gender you are. If you rock a top hat, you're a Hatter. You know, I don't care if you got a beard. I don't care if you're light-skinned. I don't care if you're Irish like I am. If you rock a top hat and you're at Wasteland, you're a fucking Hatter. We're all Hatters. Right? Right? Exactly. Another Hatter right there.
I'm not wearing my top hat, but yeah, I do wear top hats.
So, the top hat at Wasteland is definitely not unique anymore. Which I love. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on anybody for stealing the look. I love seeing top hats. I held a top hat competition, for fuck's sake. Like, I love top hats. I want to see your creativity. I want to see you bring it. I want to see you make a better top hat than me.
Top the top hat.
Top the top hat. Like, if you're going to bring a top hat to Wasteland, make it worth it. Top this or don't even try. That's my whole point.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So for 2019, I got this idea inspired by that story of my buddy being caught. That there are so many people who look like me that I'm just everywhere. So I am the Hatter. We are the Hatter. The Hatter is Legion. That type of thing. And so I made these pins made by Wirehead.
Yeah.
That had my logo on it, my insignia on it, and I gave them out to several different people, Commodore being one of them.
I got mine later.
And Wiley, one of my campmates, to several different people to show off. Like, as long as you were wearing one of those pins, you were a Hatter doppelganger. And they had to approach those doppelgangers and defeat them in some kind of game of chance, and then get a trinket from them, which was one of my 3D printed coins, or chips, or one of my lucky cards, or whatever. And then they had to collect, I think it was at least 4 of those, before they could come and take me down. So, for 2019, like I often get told, is I go into Ghoulcrest, and I find, or no, I went to the Rust Devils, because I was trying to take down Critical Biggs. Because he had signed up for this game with the Wasteland Sheriff, and with, God, what is that bar? The Rad Stag. He'd signed up with a game for the Rad Stag where he was a target, so I finally had a chance to take down Critical Biggs.
Rad Stag was pretty cool.
Which, long story short, I did not catch Critical Biggs. He's a champ. He's hard to take down. I'll get him eventually.
We all say that.
I will. I swear.
I'll stake my hat on it.
Right?
You heard it here.
Right. So anyway, I went into the Rust Devils camp. They tell me, hey, your poster's been taken. Someone's looking for you. Somebody's been asking around about you. I went and talked to another one of my doppelgangers. He's like, yeah, they already took my pin. They took me down. I went and talked to at least 1 or 2 others, and they're like, yeah, they got me. And I'm like, shit, someone's hot on my trail.
Yeah.
So, side story that builds into the main story, right? Dominoes, apparently. I'm at Zeke's, and they're doing this thing at Zeke's where they're doing Matchbox, Mad Max vehicle races. And they had taken these Hot Wheel Matchbox cars, and they had decorated them to look like Mad Max vehicles. And they had done like this downhill derby style race, and to see who would win. And the person running this was Wasteland Bob Ross.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Amazing person, had this amazing outfit where she had taken these old paintbrushes and made these big old, like, Valkyrie rings, like, gluing them all together and making this huge
It was so fucking
plume
badass.
display. It was fucking amazing.
So badass.
So I saw her outfit, and I made a mental note because she was up in front of the crowd doing the announcing, and apparently she had done an art class that day teaching people how to paint and decorate these things. And so I made a mental note to myself, like if I get a chance to talk to her, I want to ask her about her artwork because I'm an artist, she's an artist. And I want to get some ideas and kind of banter back and forth about artistic stuff. You know, mental note to self. This is on Thursday. So, come around Friday night. I'm in Ghoulcrest, show up, get behind the bar, handing out cigars. Sure enough, there is Wasteland Bob Ross. She's sitting at the bar. So I hand her a cigar. Now, she's a non-smoker, so whatever. No big deal. She doesn't have to smoke if she doesn't want to. Who cares? Anyway, we start talking about artistic stuff. I'm telling her about my hat. I'm asking her about her her racing project with the Matchbox cars. We're going back and forth telling stories. Talk for like an hour, maybe more. We eventually get into like our costumes and how we made those, and I'm asking her about her paintbrushes and all that stuff. And she's asking me about my hat. I'm telling her some stories about how these various things came about, how I got them. After all that, we go back and forth. She's like, thank you for the stories. It was so much fun meeting you. I love it. I got to go to bed. I got to crash out for the night. But I had so much fun, I'd like to give you a memento for your hat. Now, the rule is with my hat, if you put something on the hat, it lives on the hat. Meaning I never take it off. It just becomes part of the hat. So the hat has taken on a life of its own, received its own gifts that just stay there forever. That's why it's gotten heavier and crazier over the years.
Yeah.
So what she put on my hat was this paintbrush. She took it out of her boot. It was one of her personal paintbrushes that she had made sure to wash and maintain to use at the event if needed. And she gave it to me to put in my hat. So as an artist to a fellow artist, like that was an honor to me. I appreciate that. I was like, thank you. That's really cool. I have some things I've made, 3D printed and painted and whatnot. If you find me tomorrow, which was Saturday at the event, I will give you those items as an exchange for this cool item that you put on my hat. So, fast forward to Saturday. I'd met her on Friday. Had wanted to meet her on Thursday. And now we fast forward to Saturday. I'm walking through Wasteland looking for Critical Biggs, trying to take down his bounty from the sheriffs. And
Zeke is saying hi. Oh shit! Captain Stranded! Hello!
Oh, hello, Captain!
Can we get a huzzah in the house for Captain Stranded? Huzzah!
Ghoulcrest Challenge.
Ghoulcrest!
Make a Bloody Mary and live stream it.
Yes!
And tell some Wasteland stories.
Huzzah!
We are starting this and we are making it a thing.
The man, the myth, the legend, and it's Zeke's birthday.
Happy birthday, Zeke! What up? Yeah, Captain
What's
Stranded.
up? Oh, Larry's back. Hello, Larry. Welcome back to the Wasteland channel.
Right? We are doing a live video podcast from Vault 42.
Vault 42. Because we're in quarantine and we can't go outside because we'll die.
Right? Welcome to the apocalypse. A virus is taking us down. Zombies are coming.
Oh, not the apocalypse I had in mind, but apocalypse was apocalypse and I'm still drinking.
Right? Very true. Very true.
Anyways, back to your story. You're talking about the Bob Ross.
So Bob Ross, I meet her at Ghoulcrest on Friday night. Saturday, I'm wandering around town looking for Critical Biggs because I have his bounty and I don't want to take it down. Side story, he caught me off guard, and he won. So I'll get him eventually. I swear I will get critical bigs.
Shit happens.
He is the biggest bounty in all of Wasteland, and I will have his head.
No, a certain...
And if you disagree, come at me, Chris.
No, a certain death cap also said that.
right. Now, in all fairness, that year that Miss Biggs had God damn it, Miss Death Cap had a bounty on my head. The bounty hunter did catch me, so technically that rivalry has been settled, but we're still sworn enemies.
It's questionable.
Right. So, Miss Death Cap, Miss Mayor. But, so I meet Bob Ross at Ghoulcrest. Now, Saturday, I'm walking around Wasteland. It's like afternoon time. They're doing their costume contest. Bob Ross is on stage, ready to do her bit of the costume contest, signing up, doing the initial, writing down your name, blah, 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 blah. She sees me from the stage, yells out, "Hey, Hatter!" and like gets all excited, runs up, and she runs across the stage, the main stage of the event, jumps off the stage, and comes and gives me this giant hug. Amazing. Just loved it. Love getting hugs. Please. Always. I encourage hugging. Except for right now. Give a Wasteland salute right now. Because it's distance, and we can show love. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Social distancing.
Social distancing.
At its finest.
At its finest. There you go.
But she gives me a big hug, and she's like, "Oh, I really loved meeting you yesterday. It was so cool. Had a blast at Ghoulcrest. Hope we get to go there again." Because apparently she wasn't an official member yet. And I'm like, "Oh, cool. I'm so glad I ran into you. I just happen to have those items I promised you last night. Here is some 3D printed trinkets. My hobo coin, my Hatter chip, all that type of fun stuff."
You just gave her all that shit.
I did. Because she gave me this paintbrush, and I very appreciated it. So I gave her a bunch of items. And she's like, "Oh, and I have one last thing for you."
This is my favorite part.
And I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, well, you can't give me anything more because now we're even. You gave me something, I gave you something. If you give me something else, like now I have to give you something else. Like it amps it up. Don't do that. Because I have this thing about I want it like even exchange, artist to artist, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So anyway, so she's like, "I have one last thing for you." And she reaches into her little knapsack or whatever she's got going on. And she pulls out my wanted poster.
And you've been had.
And I'd been had. And I'd been had. She had my wanted poster, and she'd taken down several of my doppelgangers, and she'd completed my quest, and she'd caught me completely off guard, and there I was, basically just done. Just done. And I'm like, oh, I don't even have the prize for that on me right now. Awesome. Great story. You did well. You did it. You got it. Go do your thing with the costume contest, and I'll go get the prize. So I go fuck off back to my camp, and I grab my prize, and I made a custom top hat for the prize.
Yeah.
And so the idea was you kill me and you loot the body, so you get the top hat. Not this top hat, because no one's ever getting this. But I made a top hat just to give away. I decorated and everything. Excuse me. So I go back. When I come back, she's on stage waiting to do the top hat contest. And I run into her husband. And he's like, "Hey, you're Hatter, right?" I'm like, yeah. And he's like, "Oh, and I forget his Wasteland name. But he's like, I'm
Wasteland fuckface.
Right,
Oh,
right.
We'll call him that.
Yeah, I'm Bob Ross's husband.
I'm Mr. Ross.
Right, Mr. Bob Ross.
Mr. Bob Ross.
And he had this whole story to tell me about how Bob Ross had been going to Wasteland like 4 years now, and she had never caught a single bounty, but she had always played. And so she had caught her first regular bounty this year, and then she had finally gone for her first most wanted. So it's the first most wanted she'd ever gone after. And
Again.
Go ahead.
No, that's it. First year.
Yeah, first year, right?
As I was saying, like earlier tonight, like so far since at least 2016, his bounty hunts who have caught him have been first years.
Yeah, 2015 was the Swede, and he went the first year that I went, so he's not a first year.
No, so like since 2016,
Yeah.
since my ex-partner Lola, yeah,
Mhm.
you like I don't mean to like just go down your street cred, but like you've been had by fucking first years.
Top-notch first years.
It's like you've been like schooled by a fucking freshman.
But they might have been the coolest freshmen around.
They're the freshmen that like, okay, we'll let you in our little clique.
They earned it. They
Yeah,
earned it. We'll
they earned it. They earned it.
Because my bounties are not easy.
They're challenging, yes.
Yes, that's the point. They're you can complete them, but they are a challenge. Some bounties are harder to complete than others. I won't comment on anybody else's bounty. That's their game, their thing. But mine can be completed, but they are challenging.
So, yeah.
So Bob Ross,
Bob Ross.
her husband tells me a story of how she had taken down several doppelgangers, but gotten to this point where she had seen so many doppelgangers, because mind you, at this point, I had been handing out the big pins and small pins. Big pins to anybody who is an official doppelganger, small pins to anybody who I really love their top hat or competed in my top hat contest. Hosted by Camp Eat the Rich, Pinkies Up, Fancy Fucks, and always got to give a shout out to those people who helped me along the way. And oh god, what is his name? Scorpion Piss.
Yeah, Scorpion
Sir
Piss.
Scorpion Piss.
Sir Scorpion Piss.
And
A great gent, by the way.
Yeah, and Lady Red Queen, who were my other co-host for the Top Hat contest.
She was good. She was good.
Judges.
Very, 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 very good. Very good.
Yes.
Now, where's that?
So anyway, by this time I had given out dozens of these pins, so I'm fucking literally everywhere. And she, Bob Ross, had become overwhelmed by how many people had my pin, and was just ready to like give up. But then between her and her tribe mates and her husband, looking at my wanted poster, they noticed that I had Ghoul Crest on my hat and on my tie. And so they figured he's got to be a member. They were not members. But if we go there, we can meet him and get a better idea of what he truly looks like.
Oh, yeah.
So, Bob Ross had made a trade with somebody for her artwork to get a guest pass as a +1 into Ghoul Crest and try to meet me. And apparently she had waited over an hour sitting at the bar before I came in.
I'm not sure if I was there, but, like, she was there.
Yeah. And then, apparently, when I showed up at the bar, she didn't see me come in, and her back was to the bar, and she was talking to somebody else, and then she turned around and I was just there. Like an NPC that had just generated out of nowhere. That's the way she put the story, and her husband put the story.
Okay.
That I was that NPC that just generated on the quest, and they'd finally met me, because that was the whole side quest of the entire Wasteland, was to find and take me down and meet me and everything. So, what's up?
141.
I just asked her a question.
Oh, what time is it? Okay. Yeah, we should probably be in it soon.
Well,
So anyway.
I'll keep this train going.
Right. I gotta get some sleep because I gotta work. So anyway, so she had this whole side quest to try to find me, and she completed it. She met me in Ghoulcrest, and then she finds me Saturday, and she catches me. So I got this whole story from her husband, and it made the fact that she'd taken me down worth more because she hadn't had a chance to tell me the full story because she was doing the costume contest and everything. And on the night when she met me, of course, if you know the Rush Devil's Bounty Hunting game, is that it's open during the day and closed at night. So when the sun goes down, it's closed because everything's safe, everything's neutral. So she couldn't take me down Friday night, so she had to catch me again Saturday. But I set myself up because I was like, if I see you Saturday, I'll give you some gifts. So, anyway, she took my prize, she took me down, and Wasteland Bob Ross, I wear this memento on my hat to commemorate my loss to you. Huzzah.
Huzzah. Wait. We need drinks for this. Hold on. Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Alright. And as Captain Strand, like, Ermagerd, I need hookah. Well,
right.
Well, come to Sac, because we got plenty of that. And of course, we have the lovely Mr. New Vegas hookah.
Yes. Made for Wastelanders by Wastelanders.
Yes, for Wastelanders by Wastelanders. So, the person who almost caught me, not as long, but it was definitely memorable. You had her in there a bit. Okay, so this was 2017. This was the first year I was able to DJ at Wasteland Weekend. So I'm waiting for my first gig at the Forlorn Hope Saloon. I run to a friend of mine. They are what? God damn it, a wonderful evening.
Yes, come down to Sacktown.
Yeah, you are always welcome here in Vault 42.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Vault 42.
Vault 42. The Captain Stranded is always welcomed here.
Yes, when we are all allowed to intermingle.
Yes. When it's okay to not social distance. Anyways. I ran into a friend. She is a mercenary. I knew this from the get-go. She sees me. She's like, oh shit, I've been looking for you. So, somebody from the Warboy camp is friends with you on Facebook. And he really wants to meet you in person because he's been following you for a while. And I'm like, okay, I had like about a half hour time to kill. Yeah, we could go meet him. He's like, yeah, he wanted to invite you to dinner. So I was like, at first I'm like, hold on. I don't really recall me being friends with anybody from the War Boys.
And don't trust anybody who weighs in.
Yeah.
When it comes to lore.
Yeah. So I was like, who the fuck in the War Boys camp? One of the main tribe camps. I use this like fingers. If you see the fingers, you know where I'm going with this. Knows me. Even social media knows me. So I'm like, okay. So I pull out my pistol. I'm like, okay.
doesn't know how famous he is.
Okay. Fuck. Lead on. So I follow her and another mercenary that she was with. And we meet up to a guy. He seems to be like their medic person. I can't remember the term for War Boy, what he goes for, but yeah, he's basically their doctor. So he was all like, oh shit, dude, it's so good to see you. I've been looking all over for you. I'm like, yeah, I'm friends with you on Facebook. And like, yeah, we're about to have dinner, and like, I want you to join us for a little bit. And I'm like, okay, I got time to kill, and whatever. And then all of a sudden, he blows a whistle. And every single war boy that was in camp pulled out a gun and circled me at standoff. I was like, what's going on here, boys? And then the guy who planned all this pulls out a bounty poster. It's like, I'm here for your bounty because you killed my girlfriend. Because I actually killed one of the imperators earlier that day, who happens to be the doctor's girlfriend. Okay. So, I was like, about that bounty poster. Because earlier that day, someone already took my bounty. And that was also the first time I've learned that, like, oh, Rust Levels are posting up multiple posters of your bounty. Okay. Would have loved to learn that in advance. So I told him, like, yeah, someone got my poster already, but this was actually pretty amazing. You put like maybe the most thought into trying to get my bounty. And I wish this could have been a successful story to tell at Bullcrest. So yeah. That's when the war boys almost caught Commodore Pistol Whip. And for Moth Eater, yeah, huzzah, cheers.
Huzzah.
Hatter, so glad for you to join us again.
Right. I take myself a bathroom break.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I told the almost war boy bounty caught. I told the Baron story.
Yeah.
Even though I have like not the best terms with my ex, I still like hearing the story of like how my ex caught your bounty.
Oh shit. Okay.
In 2016.
Okay. So we will go back to 2016.
Oh,
Take a trip back in the Wasteland time machine. I was doing a most
Good
wanted
night,
again.
Captain. I'll hopefully hear from you soon.
All right, good night, Captain. And huzzah, and thanks for inspiring
Huzzah!
us to do
Can we get
Flight
a
Adventure.
huzzah to the captain and the Haas?
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
So, this will be my last story for the night because I have to get some sleep because I got to work tomorrow. And Commodore can do as he chooses and stay on if he wants.
Yeah, I got nothing better to do tomorrow, so yeah, I'll pretty much be here until I pass out.
All right then. So more stories of Commodore coming
More
in.
stories that I'm aware of that I'm telling.
So, 2016. I have a bounty out for me, of course. It is a most wanted. I had gotten this idea because I'd been a member of the Ghoul Crest now. And the Ghoul Crest is a fine
Here, you can get a little
establishment.
closer so you can see your face. There you go.
With refined people of the apocalypse. So we are highbrow. We are classy motherfuckers. And so in the honors of refined members, I decided I would do a duel for my bounty. And I created a dueling box. Now, keeping in the rules of Wasteland, it was squirt guns.
Yeah.
But they were painted to look very realistic. 6-shooter style. But we did a dueling box where I created a full wooden box made out of cedar, aged, rusted, painted up, guns painted up, with a bottle of water that was in an aged glass bottle, all for the effect. So you have your guns and your ammo, your black powder, all in one box. I gave that to Captain Stranded. He placed it behind the bar for safekeeping. This is my goal. This is my bounty for this year. The steps were relatively simple. They had to, 1, have caught a previous bounty, of course, as always the rule for Most Wanted. Had to, 2, be a member of Ghoul Crest. So they had to tell that story and get their membership. They had to, 3, have a grievance against me, real or ad-libbed, and 4, challenge me to a duel as the final part of it. So I go by Ghoul Crest. I go by Rush Devils first, set everything in motion. Go by Ghoul Crest, and they tell me, hey, someone's got your bounty. They came by asking for you. We're asking them some questions about it. We told them what we could. They should be back later. Okay, cool. They told me no other information, no description, no nothing. I don't want that much information. I like to be caught off guard. I'm not trying to learn who you are and avoid you. This is all for the fun of the game.
Yeah.
So I come back to Ghoul Crest later that night. I set up my hookah. I'm sitting at a table and I'm smoking hookah. They open for the evening. Some people wander in. We get a decent crowd, maybe 5-6 people. Builds over time, of course. This person walks up, sits next to me, and asks if they can smoke some hookah. This is Lola Ebola. Now, I had recognized this person from doing their burlesque show, and I was like, yeah, immediately, like, awesome. Like, of course, sit down, have a smoke with me, tell me some stories, tell me about burlesque, back and forth. So we're going back and forth. Lola eventually says that this is their first Wasteland, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Have you been here to Ghoul Crest before? And says, no, I don't know anything about this place. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll give you the spiel. This is the club. This is how you become a member. All this other stuff. Give her the full walkthrough of you have to catch a bounty and you have to tell your story and yada yada. And so then Lola says, okay, that's really cool. Actually, I have a bounty and I have a story. I'm gonna go get my membership right now. Lola and I had been talking for like an hour or so now. Maybe less. Who knows? I forget. Anyway, smoking hookah and talking. And they go up to the bar and turns around and tells their story about their first bounty. I don't remember all the details. But Captain likes it and deems membership upon them. And then the captain's like, can I get an huzzah in the house? And by this time, we've got maybe 20 people or so in the bar, some people outside the bar hanging out. And Lola's like, and everybody's like, huzzah, new member, yay, everybody's excited, taking drinks and whatnot. Lola turns around and says, I have one last thing, and pulls out of their pocket my bounty poster. Now, similar to my other story with Bob Ross, is in many ways I had fooled myself. Because I had this whole conversation for like an hour or so with the person who had my bounty, never aware that they did, and they played it smooth, never let up that they did, never let up their goals for being there, and I just ate it up and talked. And so then there's my bounty, and then not only that, but Lola rolled immediately into the rest of the story. Didn't miss a beat. Just, here's your poster, and I can't believe that you don't remember me. We actually met earlier today, and, you told me you didn't like my outfit, and you said it sucked, and then I went to the porta potty, and you and your friends followed me over to the porta potty, and you shoved it over, and then it fell over on me, and I got covered, and then you laughed at me, and then Commodore here is sitting at the bar this whole time. And even though I knew him, my focus was elsewhere, and I hadn't noticed him come in and sit there. And I didn't know that they were partners. And Commodore just immediately stands up and was like, I was there, I witnessed it. And Lola is like, I challenge you to a duel for my honor. And just at that, Captain gets the idea and takes the dueling box and slams it down on the bar with this big old thunk. Big old just sound. And he's like, we're having a duel. And I'm trying, the whole goal for me is supposed to be this gentleman, this badass, this outlaw. I lose it. I've got a grin from ear to ear. I'm laughing, I'm smiling. I can't keep a straight face. And so now we're going to have our duel. Captain grabs the 2 pistols, fills them up with their ammo. And we take the pistols and we go out to the street. And the entire bar, 20 plus people, empties out. Plus a bunch of people on the street. So we've got this crowd of maybe 50 plus people.
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night, surrounding us in a circle. People holding up flashlights, people holding up their phones or whatever they got for light source. Trying to see what's going on. Major comes out, Captain comes out. The whole bar empties out. We get back to back. We pace out. Now, mind you, these squirt guns were like cheap ones, so they kind of shot like pew, pew. Just went like 4 inches and down.
Like a good 2 feet.
Right, like no joke. So we march out like 10 paces, and we turn, and we're shooting at each other, but it's just hitting the ground. So we keep running at each other as we're shooting, until finally we get close enough to actually hit each other with squirt guns. And the whole time, like, I'm just done. I'm laughing, I'm smiling, I can't hold it together. And we scored each other a bunch. My original idea was, like, if I scored them first, they lose. But I'd had so much fun, I didn't care anymore. So we scored each other. I don't remember who was first or whatever. And then I was like, okay, so here's your prize. And their prize was the dueling box, was the pistols, was everything. And, of course, so they loved it, they kept it, they cherished it. Commodore, being the partner at the time, also enjoyed it. But when their relationship ended, Lola took it. And so then later on, I made one to give to Commodore, which she still has. And I still have mine from 2017 that nobody copied.
Yeah. I have my side of the story.
Okay, go ahead.
So, 2016 happened. I take Loli Bully to their first Wasteland weekend. They pretty much made a good name for themselves because they already talked to the bombshells for a burlesque number at Wasteland weekend, which they got it, and I was proud of them.
Yeah, and I saw that. That's what I was saying.
Despite them having the storm of 16.
Yeah, that's true.
So, they just finished their bounty hunt and during the day, and they went for a most wanted. They recognized you like, ooh, Hatter. Okay, that looks good. I'm gonna take that. Me, I'm like, I know who that is. He goes to Ghoulcrest. So I'm like, let's go to Ghoulcrest.
Right. Giving them all the inside tips.
So we went to go say hi to people at Ghoulcrest during the day. This is before we had the vault door, so majority of fucking fanboys and shit, like, just balls deep went in to say hi to them, even though they're fucking
all day long when they're trying to sleep and shit.
Even though they're trying, pretty much the only sleeping source is their fucking carpool couches they have inside. And luckily the captain was up and about. So we were telling him about what's going on. And then, yeah, we got this bounty poster for the Hatter, and he's like, yeah, he's actually Ghoulcrest here. And here's actually his rules, like, you need to be a Ghoulcrest member, you gotta say this shit, and do this, and then you'll do the bounty hunt. And Lola was like, well, yeah, I just caught my first bounty that can get me into the club, hopefully. It depends if you like my story. And then, yeah, it has bounty poured right now to, yeah. And he's like, cool. Make sure you get your tie when the Hatter's here, so you can just get him right then and there.
I got set up by my friends.
And we're like, yes, we'll do that. So later that night, me and Lola strut in. Lola does their thing, and like we spot him. Lola does their thing, and I do the best thing I know, just sit in the front of the bar and drink. So, finally, they come up to the bar and tell their bounty hunt story to earn their tie. So, Lola earned their tie, and everyone's all clapping, giving them huzzah. And then, I'm gonna have to use this hookah because I need to do the best, my favorite part.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right.
Lola turns around like, well, I'm not done yet. I got some unfinished business to settle. And pulls out the wanted poster of the Hatter. I got a score to settle with you, Hatter. And then everybody in the back, this is a packed fucking room, turns around and just looks at the Hatter. And Hatter's just like,
just mid inhale on the hookah.
what?
Like, what's going on?
My favorite facial expression right now. And then, like, yeah, Lola tells their story of, like, why they're having a feud with you. And then they mention my name. And I'm, of course, finishing my drink. And I immediately turn around when I heard my name. Like, yes, I was there. Fucking dick move, man. That's some fucked up shit.
Right?
And then here comes the captain with the fucking duel box. Well, it seems like we have a dispute on our hands. It's the only way to settle this. We're having ourselves a fucking duel. So he fills up the guns with the water, and then presents it to the major. And we all walked out to the front in the middle of the streets of Main Road, mind you.
Yeah. Oh, Papa Bear's watching.
Hi, Papa Bear. I'm gonna wave at you.
Papa Bear!
I miss you, Papa Bear. So, yeah, you do your 10 steps, you turn around, of course, they're like going only 2 feet deep. So you're just like slowly like,
Right.
And finally, and you're just like, oh, you got me, okay. And then Lola wins.
Yeah. Yeah, I did one of those, like, Bugs Bunny dying things where you get shot. I'm like, you got me. Oh, no, it's over. It's over.
I'll go to the bathroom real quick. Tell a quick story real quick.
I'm done. A quick story.
Tell him how you got ambushed.
Remind him.
2018 bounty hunt.
Oh, okay. So going back to what I told earlier, I built all this hype around my bounty for 2018. I taunted the Rust Devils, I taunted the Red Right Hand, I had taunted the USPF. And then 2018, burps. I get spotted by this guy named Deadwood, who was from the Boneyard Buzzards. And he spots me first time right outside, or when I'm at the Rust Devils camps, which their camp is a neutral zone. You can't get caught there. Because everybody comes there to exchange bounties and whatnot. It's a neutral ground. So I tell him, yeah, you can't catch me here, but you're right. I've had her. Like, you've recognized me. Good job. But we're on neutral ground, so I'm going to fuck off that way. And I leave. And I bail, and I walk through a bunch of camps that I know, and I just quickly make my exit. Later on, he goes after my bounty. He takes down several other targets, including my son Rufio, including several of my other campmates. And then he shows up at my camp, and It is, I think, Saturday morning now. And I'm just drinking my morning tea.
Yes,
just getting
Papa Bear,
ready
we're
for
crazy
the day.
fuckers.
Right. We are having bloodies. We are doing the Google Crest Bloody Mary Challenge.
Yeah, from what, under circumstances, we're calling these bloody Corvids.
Right, Bloody Corvids. For COVID-19. And so, Google Crest Challenge is to make yourself a bloody and tell some stories live on Facebook.
Fuck yeah.
Google Crest Challenge 2020. And so we are. So I'm in my camp and I'm drinking my morning tea. I like hot tea in the morning with my breakfast. I have a cigar and tea and food. That's my morning ritual. Smoking a cigar, drinking a tea, eating food. He comes up and he's like, "Hey, I've got everything. I'm ready to take you down." I'm like, "Well, I'm clearly just getting up for the day. So tell you what, you go to your camp, you get somebody with a camera because you want to document this. You want to document taking on your most wanted. I've got the prize. Let me get my outfit on. Let's get a little more ready." So he agrees and he fucks off. And I'm like, okay. I turn to my camp and I'm like, "Hey, everybody. So this guy's coming back for my bounty. Everybody grab your weapons, put on your gear. Let's get ready for a fight." Just at the same time, the dead men roll by. Great allies of mine, great man, the dead men.
Dead man!
They dead men. They roll by in their SUV, their dead men SUV. And I'm like, "Hey, Hancock. Hey, Murphy. Hey, guys, like, we need some backup. We've got some guy coming for my bounty right now. You guys want to join in?" And they're like, "Absolutely." So they grab their weapons. They jump off their vehicle. There's like 6 of them. I've got like 10 people in my camp. So we've got like 15, 16 strong. I've got my son Rufio, who had brought this coffin that was full of weapons, and he's handing weapons to everybody who needs one out of a coffin. I mean, what more of a Wasteland amazing scene is
Pretty
that?
fucking badass.
Right. And we all have our guns, and we are ready to meet this guy when he comes back. Because I'm thinking that he's coming back with him and a cameraman and maybe 1 or 2 more people. I'm thinking we've got him. No. This guy shows up, 25 people. His entire tribe, plus several allies they had made throughout the event to come back and collect my bounty. So we've got 16 to 20 plus. And they come back in. They all also have weapons ready for the fight. So it ends up in this big, huge standoff. Where at gunpoint, we're all holding each other. And I make him show me the various items that he collected to prove that he had my bounty. And he has 4 items. He has a lucky card, he has a bottle cap, he has a poker chip, and he has a hobo coin. So I'm like, "Yep, you got everything you need." And then, like, him and I do, like, I think we just did high card. Where, you deal out the cards, and you each draw 1, and then you hold it up. And you have to be like, "Oh, I see your card, I think mine is higher." And like, high card, And, anyway, his card did actually happen to be higher than mine. And so he got my bounty. And for me, same thing with, like, the Lola story. I had tried to keep a straight face, because I like to be seen as, like, a villain, outlaw guy. But I am so excited that I had 25 people to show up to take me down, that I am grinning from ear to ear, just happy as can be about this.
Now, mind you, this was also the year you were just, like, trash-talking fucking Rust Devils.
Right. I was like, this is what I wanted. This is how big I am. You need 25 people to take me down. Yes. Achievement unlocked. Goal achieved. I have made it. I've done everything I wanted to accomplish. So, he got my bounty, and I gave him a hat. Now, the thing was that he didn't know was that when he went and got his people, I put that hat on, and I was wearing it. So I take that hat off and I give it to him. And he's like, oh, I get your hat? Oh my God, no. I can't take your hat. Like, you're the Hatter. Like, I can't take the Hatter's hat. Do you need a hat? Can I give you a hat in exchange?
Oh,
and I'm like,
damn.
And I'm like, I'm the Hatter. I have 4 other hats right now. And I reach behind my back where I had placed this hat, my main hat. And I pull it out and I put it on and I'm like, I'm good. And at this point, he's just stunned. And he's like, and he just can't believe that not only do I have a hat, but I bring spares. Because, I mean, I'm a Hatter. You gotta collect them.
Of course.
You can't not collect them. That's part of being a Hatter. So yeah, that was me getting caught in 2018. 25 people who had to take me down. And on that note, I am going to bed because I have to go to work. And you guys can all enjoy your evening with Commodore Pistol Whip taking over as our main host.
Yeah, pretty much. I ain't going to bed. I have no work at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, give a shout out for your DJ stuff. Maybe we'll watch for that.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. Alright.
Commodore Pistol Whip DJing again this Sunday. In your house. DJ Carney Robber.
Either YouTube or Twitch. Give or take.
We'll let you all know.
Tomorrow. Or today, I should say.
Whenever we figure it out. We'll test out the different feeds and see what works better.
Oh, yeah, totally. Now.
Alright. Good night, Wastelanders. Wasteland salute. Remember, this is how we say hi to, like, everybody right now. Because you can't shake hands, you can't hug, you can't touch each other. So Wasteland salute.
Fuck this fucking quarantine. It's I'm sure I'm not the only one on this boat, but it's fucked a lot of people up. I'm not gonna get too into this shit, but in all honesty, I just hope this fucking thing ends soon. Anyways, yeah, so Wasteland. I'm trying to think of what I have said and what I need to say. You all good?
Yeah, I'm just going to grab my stuff here.
Alright.
Tell some more stories.
I know, I'm thinking of one. I think one I could talk about is, one I haven't talked about yet is the first time I've caught my first most wanted list. It was in 16. And the rules to capture your most wanted is like you have to at least capture a regular wanted list bounty hunter. So I did that. I did my thing, and then went after a person called Hotshot. They were with the Dukes of the Nick. Unfortunately, the poster or the wanted poster I took. I was actually under the impression they were a cis male. I was wrong. In more ways than one. So finally I captured a couple. I learned that they're with Dukes and Nukes, so I tried to find a couple of Dukes of the Nuke members, and I found them. A few. And I bring up the poster, like, hey, have you seen this guy right here? He's supposed to be with you guys. And two of them were giggling, and then they looked to their right, and they're just looking at the third person. This person just had like this really guy type of look. And as I look closer, I'm like, oh, this person is Hotshot. Oh, this person is a cis female. the looks, man. And on that note, they were actually pretty complimentary that I thought they were to do, because like they told me they used to be a drag king. For those who don't know what drag king is, it's a cis female dressing up as a male, kind of like a reverse drag queen, where a cis male dresses up as a woman and looks pretty darn good as a fucking woman. But don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure there's like others like who do other type of cross dressing and side dressing and other details. I shouldn't probably fully explain right now. Either way, I found the person I'm looking for, but since it's most wanted, I have to quest around and do shit. So they're saying that they got shit-faced drunk at the Last Chance Casino that previous night. They lost their Dukes of the New hat, which is apparently like a pride thing for them, or her, either or. They left it at the Last Chance Casino. They somehow signed citizenship with the NCR, which prevents them from same-sex marriage, because they were engaged to another cis female person. And then the third thing was I had to find a nice shiny trinket to offer up to their fiance to make things right after the fucked up shit that they did at the casino, to where they lost the citizenship, to where they can't marry, and they lost their hat, which gave pride to the Dukes of the New. So I had to do all that shit. So of course my first lead is going to be to where, okay, I'm going to go to the casino and see if I know at least anything about the hat and or citizenship. So I go there, I ask for the hat. I'm getting pretty tired myself. A person approached me who was part of the casino, said they might know where the hat is, and I had to play him against these I can't remember the type of the card game, but like it's basically you got to line up the numbers identical, and then to the point where you have no more cards in your hand. I've lost, but they gave me another chance, saying if I offer up a barter piece to auction up for their casino, they might tell me where the hat is. So I went back to my camp and went to my tent and see if I have like an armor piece or something nice that they like. And I found a nice little armor / side chest piece of armor that they will for sure like. It was one of the first few things I made for Wasteland, but I was willing to part with it because I can make more. And I did. So I grabbed this shoulder chest piece and I just chucked it in front of the person, and it's the ground. I was like, will this work as barter worthy for the casino auction, to where you can tell me the hat is? And they picked it up and they looked at it and they handed it to the next person, and then they take their own hat off and they pulled the hat that I was looking for. So they gave me the hat. Okay, cool, I have the hat. Now I'm 1/3 of the way there. So I went to the NCR to see if I can terminate or something for Hotshot's citizenship. Sadly, that took a while. So, reason being, I happened to catch them at a bad time when they were getting ready to do a standoff negotiation with their rivals, like they're like fuck, can't remember the name, but like they're like Texans something, they're the Texans, and I get stuck in their camp, and it gets forklifted up from like a semi truck back piece, and hey Mela, so I'm up there for like a good like hour with no lead, no way of trying to figure out the situation I'm in. I'm just stuck up there watching these two factions trying to negotiate hostages or some fucking shit. So they finally get done. They lower the thing I was on. So finally I talked to both Fahrenheit and Flicklock. Say, hey, I want to get this shit done. I got places to be. So like, yeah, okay, we'll work on a negotiation for the contract. This is shit. So they head over to the Dukes and Nuke weapon marketplace. And they were negotiating a barter term for the citizenship under these type of items, and Dukes and Nuke offered a very rare type of elephant gun thing, and for citizenship, and I think one of Flintlock's personal Flintlock pistols. And they came to terms for that. And they said, okay, Hotshot's contract citizenship is terminated. You're good. They made it sound better than that, more professionally. Oh yeah, it got lost right here, and then we'll just say it just never happened. Kind of shit. So the last thing I needed to get was the trinket. So I wasn't fully aware about Bartertown or where Bartertown was, but I knew one of the first tribes I made friends with, Junktown, and I went to Junktown to find a nice shiny trinket for them to give to their Hotshot's fiance. So I went to Junktown and I saw this nice little silverish necklace that it looked like a feather. I got it. And then I looked over for Hotshot, but I managed to try looking for them around the time they were doing the car showcase shit. So they were in the car for their tribe, and they were wandering around in circles for like a good 45 minutes, more or less. Then finally I showed them, like, hey, I got this. What do you have for me? And they took the necklace. They found their fiance. And they kind of made up in like an argument, like, fuck you, you do this for me, no, fuck you, did this for me, I got this for you, no, I got this and that. Are getting married, fuck you, yeah, well, fuck you, marry me, type shit. And so, they did all that, they made up, and they pulled me aside, and they took me to like their little personal little hideout shed thing, and they pulled out like items for me for earning the most wanted person. So I got like a couple bottles of like alcohol. I think it was Fireball. I could be wrong, but I love Fireball. Shit ton of casino caps for the Last Chance Casino. Dukes and Nuke playing card. I can't remember which number it was, but I got it. And a machete with sheath, an armor knee pad, and a bunch of other shit. So yeah, that was pretty much my first most wanted bounty hunt for Wasteland weekend, and I think I am gonna call it there. But I kind of like this with me and Hatter. But fortunately, I probably will do this like somewhere on the weekend. So I'll probably just like on maybe a Saturday when I'm available. So we'll do this probably earlier in the day where we're both up and about, and a lot of you are up and active. So you're not catching this like at 11 o'clock on our side, aside from other side where it's probably like in the AM areas and you're probably passed out right now. Well, we'll talk about that. We'll see what we can do. But I had a lot of fun with this, so I'm gonna close out in this and go to bed. Which I probably should, because I've been drinking a lot. So, in closing, thank you for coming to Vault 42. We're making Bloody Marys in the name of Captain Stranded, and they're pretty good. They weren't Captain Stranded worthy, but they made us feel like we're at Ghoulcrest and we're at home. So, that's what counts. So, good night, everybody. Fuck you.